Hello, Internet. Welcome to another episode of Princes of the Apocalypse. This is our bi-weekly, fortnightly, if you will, stream of Princes of the Apocalypse. I will apologize now for any background noise you hear on my end, as my air conditioning vent is right there, blowing right into the microphone. But the important part is that the air conditioning is working, and you guys can deal with a little background hum while I enjoy, being alive. So anyway, this show is gonna be a fun, crazy time. We never get into anything really remotely close to the book. So if you're here to watch how I DM Princes of the Apocalypse as per the book, well, buckle up, because you'll find, I'd say we're about, I'll call it 80% off book, 20% on book. So if you stay here for an episode, there's like a thread, a very loose thread, that if you're very clever and you've read the book front to back, you can be like, that's in the book, got it. And then the rest you just have fun with. But to that point, make pre-written campaigns your own. Don't feel like you have to follow the book. Do it yourself, make it how you want it to be, and tailor it to your players. So, yes, the book is a mere suggestion or a guideline that can be easily tweaked and altered. So, with all of that out of the way, let us talk about what happened last time. So, the party has been in some interesting scenarios as of late. They made their way into a local thieves guild in Waterdeep, a smaller time one compared to some of the larger guilds that exist. Looking for information around cults. Specifically, it seems elemental-themed cults, as that seems to be, again, not to metagame the whole purpose of the game, but hey, that's what it is. So they said, what can you give us? And the Thieves Guild, as Thieves Guilds are wont to do, said, you do something for us, and we'll get you what you want. So they said, you gotta rob this house. It's got a bunch of rare, expensive stuff in it. Should be an easy mark. Turns out it was Lilith's family home. Whether or not the Thieves Guild knew that in advance is still up in the air, though the party has their preconceived notions about that and made that very clear. So the party says, okay, here's all your stuff. Here is the bank account number, which is a fake number, and then they left. Not before Lilith had a heartfelt moment receiving a letter from her longtime butler and sort of surrogate father, Winston, before he went out on his own. The party followed the Thieves Guild's directions that Rivergard Keep, a small castle in various degrees of disrepair on the water on the Desserin River, was seemingly the location of these cultists. And when they got there, oh boy. It was not what they expected in the least. It was pretty much cleared out, and strange tidings. A lack of blood anywhere throughout the entire place, but eviscerated, mangled, bruised, sometimes sexually explicitly posed bodies with things in just strange, means of prayer or practice. No one's really sure what happened. It's a little bit crazy. And then the party is like, I don't know, let's just take a look. They found a couple of things. They did, however, find, if they travel an underwater cave system back about 2 miles to a door, a massive dwarven make door that seemingly leads somewhere to which the party could not traverse. And then they said, all right, well, this was weird. We found a couple of things. Let's get out of here and take a long rest, which is what they did. And that is where we're going to pick up today. So, you guys have gotten your long rest outside. Everybody is level 6. For those of you watching at home, party is all level 6. Everybody's all leveled up and all of that good stuff. So, what would you like to do?
Is it, did we stayed the night outside, correct?
Let's just say it's the night because it's easier to just say that you guys wake up in the morning.
Okay.
When Ozzy wakes up, I'm reading his books.
Okay. So you see this. Upon your waking up, as Vanan is a wood elf and does not need to sleep and only needs 4 hours of trancing, Ozzy, as you wake up, your normal human self, needing your 8 hours of rest or 6 hours in a watch, you see Vanan poring over your tomes.
Vanan, I had
What's up?
no idea you were so interested in the arcane. Please sit down. I will tell you everything. And I rush over and I start flipping through books.
Okay. I turn to you, and there's like a little squirrel on my shoulder, and I'm like, "Yeah, this shit is dope." She's been telling me all about
I start rattling off all the stuff about the elemental spectrum and everything I know and all these other things. Yeah, I start going off.
And I go, I think I'm getting the hang of this, and I'm gonna just make like some little sparks in the air.
And you guys watch as, like a first year Hogwarts student, just little. What color sparks?
Green.
Green sparks from his
Just like-
hand.
Vanan, when
This makes sense. I
since
think
when can you do that?
You.
since right now. And I'm like, I think I also get this. And then I'm gonna lean back, and I'm gonna howl, and it's gonna be really, really, really loud.
Yeah, you guys watch, and it's like, and it's
Well,
real
I
loud.
mean,
If
okay,
we
that was
were
a-
hiding, we are no more.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's gone.
I walk around like all night long. You guys have no idea. We're good.
Would you beat him by something?
No, I wasn't bitten by anything. I'm fine.
Did
Are
you
you-
catch something?
No,
I feel okay.
Is this a plague of some sort?
I met this like super. I was walking around. And I met this super chill squirrel, and it started talking to me and like telling me all this dope stuff.
You can't trust a squirrel.
I don't know. This one was really chill, and I'm like, she's right, and the squirrel's gone.
Yeah, you guys don't know if there ever was a squirrel. You're pretty sure you saw one, but not now.
I mean, that's nice that if you did see a squirrel, it like told you some shit. That's cool.
Yeah,
I
told
mean,
me a
I'm
lot of
skeptical
good
about
shit.
worlds that speak. But okay.
This led me into it. I really like this stuff, though. I never had a chance to read any of it before. This is really awesome.
Huh.
Thank you for letting me.
Ozzy, you
Sorry
can
if
make me an Arcana check.
Sure. A 26.
The sparks looked, and the sparks looked remarkably like a prestidigitation cantrip. Almost uncannily so.
Is there anything else you can do, Vanan?
Yeah, I think so. I think I figured a couple of things out.
Please do tell.
I'll walk over. I'll pick up a big leaf,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll break it, and then nothing happens.
All right then.
Yeah.
This is there punchline or something? Let me see.
Is something
No,
supposed
I think I'm still just getting the hang of it.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
I thought
see.
something would happen
The
there.
pressure is too much.
Right.
It's like too much pressure. As it, like really, I just can't deal with all of it. And then like as I'm saying this to you guys, the leaf just like stitches back up and.
Oh.
Yeah. In about a minute's worth of time of vamping and discussing this, you watch as the leaf stitches itself back together.
I'm just looking the other way. I'm not even paying attention. I'm like, darn, if only this had worked.
Vanan, I am impressed. I am very impressed, and I'm proud of you.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
I lean over to Lilith and I go, is it just me or they get really hot over the boobs? It's very strange. Very lots of romance.
Yeah. I mean, they're very bromancy right now. I mean, I like to read, but I didn't really get that out of it.
It's very special.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't you want to learn how to read though? Like, you want to get some of that?
it's so hard.
I
Lots of
know.
work.
Fair. I bet Ozzy knows how to teach you a magic spell without having to read it.
Oh.
If you were inclined, I bet.
He already taught you how to summon 4 globules of light.
It's true. He could put knowledge just straight into brain.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. That's kind of more of like believing.
So I still have to read books.
No, he could probably just like read it to you instead of me having to read it.
Where are you guys in relation to the, like, are you right next, like, having this conversation?
Allow me and Ozzy.
If I remember, Igni asked to be set up strategically to be able to see both entrances, like up on just be able to look down at us. And we camped outside because they wouldn't stay inside the place with all the bodies. And it was like, look, barracks, and they were like,
None of that shit. None of it.
I can do this. I can set up. We're safe. We're good.
Yeah, so I guess we've been hanging out campsite.
Like a cliff somewhere.
Yeah, my question was more, are you talking about Ozzy
Out
right
loud.
next to him out
Yeah.
loud? Okay, alright, just checking.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Lilith and Igni are not ones to just be filtered or subtle.
No, that's fine. That was more for me than anybody else.
Well, does anybody else have tricks they want to show off? Anybody?
I mean, I know a trick.
Oh, Lilith knows trick.
It's like a really bad card trick. She like pulls out some cards that she has in her knapsack and she's like, okay, and then like gets it wrong. And ends up like pick a
Sparks.
card. And, is this your card? And they're like, no.
I mean, if you really wanted to use one of your new abilities, you could cast Detect Thoughts and figure out what the card is, since that's a thing you now have access to.
That's right.
What?
Yeah, don't you recall from last time, having listened
blessing.
to that music box, you can cast, or you're supposed to write it down, but if not, I'll remind you again.
Wait a second.
The blessing from your mother.
Yes, you can cast Detect Good and Evil at will now, and once per day cast Tongues and
shit.
Detect Thoughts.
Yeah, I wrote that down.
All right, that's good, because that's some stuff.
Wrote it
I
down.
would-
and
Some
forgot.
serious stuff.
I wouldn't use that.
I
for
figured, but
a trick.
listen, I don't know how much we're trying to show off new talents and fun stuff, so, you know. You
No,
guys
I
have done
would-
more
I
for
would
less.
put that out in the best, like, most surprising way, because nobody knows that I.
No, it's only you.
Yeah, nobody has any clue. And then one of these days, like tongues, I'm just gonna be able to splat out like some random ass, like giant or something.
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And as a reminder, Tongues does last an hour, so
Oh damn.
yeah. So
How long
anyway.
does it detect thoughts? Is it just like a thought in the moment?
No, it is the surface thoughts for free, and then you can choose to probe deeper and try to get. It is. You can read the thoughts of basically any creature as long as they're within 30 feet and have an intelligence of 3 or higher. You can read their surface thoughts, no problem, like what they're immediately thinking.
Mhm.
And as an action, you can choose to try and probe deeper into their mind, but then they get to make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, then you can kind of get more detailed information. If they succeed, then the spell ends. But they know, if you go to probe, they know that you're doing it. Whether they succeed or fail, they know you're trying to read it. But if you're just trying to be like,
Cash.
yeah, and I mean, again, it's that common thing where if you're like, don't think about your worst fear, and then you cast it, you're automatically, subconsciously going to think about whatever your worst fear is, and you're like, oh, got it. You know,
Yeah.
it's that... It's true. Whatever whenever you're put in those situations and you're like, don't think about this, that's the first thing everybody thinks about. So that's right on the surface.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cool.
if it also works as like a sort of a lie detector thing, right? Unless people are really, really good at lying.
Like Igni at level
Like
6.
Igni now at level 6, yes.
Excuse me.
Right, exactly. Firebringer Axel in the chat to demons or whatnot. Don't think about your true name.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are there. You're showing off some new tricks and having a chat. But I believe at this point, you guys don't really have... You know that there is one... I believe you know that there's one other cult, but you don't have a ton of information about them.
We know where they are.
True.
The thieves
We
can't
do.
tell us that much.
Mhm.
They're like druids or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah.
You did.
I
Yeah.
Cult of the Eternal Flame, and they're druids.
Correct.
Yeah, there we go. I knew that they were druids and fire. That kind of.
Right.
Tell us where they were, though.
They did not know. That's all they knew, at least at that point in time.
Right.
So as you guys are having breakfast and sitting around this, wherever you are on a cliff or whatnot, discussing what to do next and newfound magical abilities, or just lying to your friends because you can, coming from around sort of like, we'll say, I guess this is Rivergard Keep, so you're coming out so nearby, like a rock outcropping, which you guys probably would have put between you and the road as sort of as a break wind, but also to help give you a little bit of cover in case from prying eyes. You actually, everybody make me a perception check.
Oh boy.
Not too shabby.
13.
23.
17.
5.
Did you say
19.
Oh, I was like 5. Wow. All right, yeah. So basically, you pretty much all hear footsteps, or at least the padding of feet on nearby stone or sand, and a very low chorus of growls, just deep, throaty, animalistic. Just
Are there trees nearby?
there are trees. The way I'm picturing it is you guys are outside the keep. You kind of got a rock outcrop here, and there's trees maybe 30 feet to the, we'll call it just to the east, right? Away from where you guys are. But this is coming kind of from around the rocks nearby.
Is there somewhere to hide? I guess is maybe a better question.
You can certainly make that attempt if you want to try to book it to the trees. You could try and hide behind this rock, but it sounds like they're on the other side, so that's probably not the best bet. You're fast enough that you could make it to the trees and hide, most likely, if you want to do that.
But I don't want. The goal was not to leave the party. The goal was to put myself in a more advantageous position to attack if necessary. Okay. Okay. No, I guess I'll hang out.
Okay. Everyone else? Cool.
Yeah.
So,
I got my spells. It's like, yes.
crouched low, hackles raised, come around this corner, come 3 of these creatures that look like large, sort of, I guess you call them almost like mastiff-sized, large, dog-like creatures with a just jet black fur, fiery red eyes, sharp teeth, just nasty-looking claws, almost emaciated lower half from the stomach back, and almost like a thin rat-like tail. And as they start to approach you, you can feel just this buffeting heat just radiating off of them. Their presence here is just making everything hotter. And at this point, since everybody's aware of what's going on, why don't we go ahead and roll for initiative?
Oh shit.
17.
That was 17.
I rolled a 7.
17.
17.
18.
18. Oh man, look at you guys go.
Aussie speedy boy. Oh wait, I have advantage.
You do have advantage.
20.
There we
Okay,
go.
Vanan's got a 20.
That's more like it.
These guys got a 21. Because they rolled a natural 20. You're welcome for boiling that on initiative.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
So they come around the corner. And to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what we're looking at, something sort of like that.
Ooh, he gross.
So You watch as they all
Really cool.
they sort of fan around you to sort of kind of put you guys back to the wall of this rock as they sort of semicircle around, and then you watch as they all kind of get low and they growl, and you watch as their jaw begins to open and that heat intensifies. And I'm gonna need everybody to make me, you know what, I'm gonna start this way because this will be easier. We're gonna start with Lilith. I need you to make me 3 dexterity saving throws. Remember, you add your charisma modifier now to your dexterity saving throw.
Lilith's charisma.
Lilith's
Are we
charisma, she
all-
adds it to herself, and you guys all
Want
add
me
it.
to make 3?
Well,
dexterity?
everybody's got to make 3, but I'm going to start with you just so I don't lose track.
Okay, so that's gonna be the first roll's a 9. The second roll is a freaking 5. And that's gonna be the third roll's a 7.
And this is all adding your dexterity mod and your charisma mod?
Oh, sorry, no. I would need to add 3 to each of those rolls for my charisma.
Okay, so one of them will pass then. That's fine.
Tight.
Okay, so that's 1 pass. So then we're going to go to Igni. 3 dexterity saving throws. You're going to add 3 to whatever you roll.
Oh my god, that was really bad. That was really bad. Well, that's a nat 1.
Well, what is it? Because the plus 3 might matter. So it's whatever you...
so,
1
okay,
plus...
so nat 1 plus 11.
Oh, so 12 total.
12 total.
Hey,
nat 1.
12 is the magic number, so that was enough.
Okay.
You can thank Lilith for that. So
That's
You can't.
good.
so actually that means you can't fail.
That's good. That's
You
good.
have to pass. So that's fine. So that's 3 passes for Igni.
Yep, that would be 3 passes.
Okay. And then how about Ozzy?
All right, I'll roll all 3 at the same time.
That's what I did. It's so bad. Don't do it.
That's a add a plus 5, so that's 20, 18, and 11.
Whoa.
Okay, so that's 1 fail for you.
Yeah.
You did add the plus 3, correct?
Yes.
And then Vanan, last but not least. Same
All right.
deal, adding 3 from Lilith's aura.
I got 1 nat 20, so 31,
Yep.
22, and 28.
Okay, so you pass all 3. Alright, so
Okay.
now I'm going to roll some damage, and I will give you guys the numbers. Because this is going to... You know what? I'm not going to roll. See, here's the thing. If I roll, then I can roll lower or higher. So I'm just going to take the average damage, because it's going to be easier. So Igni, you passed all 3.
Mhm.
And Vanan, you passed all 3. You guys are going to take
Okay.
33 fire damage,
Dope.
having passed all 3.
My god.
Ozzy, I'm
Mhm.
sorry, Ozzy. This might take you down in one go.
We'll see.
You passed 2,
Mm-hmm.
so that's
Oh
half
my God.
damage. 2 of them, full damage to 1. That's 43 points of fire damage to Ozzy. And Lilith.
I am at 1.
All right, Lilith only passed 1, but she does have a ring of fire resistance, so she takes half damage from fire.
Oh,
As
yeah.
I guess I should say, they all breathe out cones of fire that overlap and hit all of you. So Lilith's gonna take, let's see, that is 6, and then that is 11. You're gonna take 28 points total, Brittany, of fire damage. That's reduced and halved and all that good stuff. Okay. I'm sorry if the title still says rebroadcast. I'll fix that right now.
We are in fact not rebroadcasting.
We are not. The fact that
is
we're
not-
acknowledging that it's not a
We're doing
rebroadcast
it
makes it
live.
not a rebroadcast. That's fine. We're going to change that rebroadcast to just broadcast. Because I had rebroadcasted previously there, now it should just say the right thing. Okay. So, that was their opening salvo.
Everyone's awake?
Everyone is alive, but barely,
Okay.
I believe. And now it is your turn, Vanan.
Okay. How far away are they?
They are all within, let's see, to get this to set up, since you guys are all within 10 feet, I'd say that there are 3 of them. They're sort of semi-circled around, but they're no more than 10 feet away at a given point.
Okay. I'll run up to one and make 2 attacks
Okay.
to start.
Mm-hmm.
This is... and they've already gone, so I don't get my advantage.
Correct.
17
That does hit.
and another 17.
Yeah, both hit.
So first attack does not have Colossus Slayer. 6 plus 8. So 14 for the first hit.
This is, you have included your extra damage for the acid, right?
Yeah.
And these
yeah,
are fiends. I don't know if that matters for your... Oh, you have humanoids as
No.
your... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, nothing. So
Second one does
14
hit.
for the first hit.
And then this one does have Colossus Slayer.
5, 9 is 14. 8 is 22.
Nice. Yeah, so you start just stabbing into this thing, and it does not look happy. Like, it was... As much as a hellhound can seem proud of itself, it seemed pretty proud of itself. But this kind of really turned the tables on it as you just jab at it a whole bunch with your spear.
This hellhound seems
And then
really
I'm going to use my bonus action, and I'm going to cast Healing Word at Ozzy.
nice.
Okay.
Thank
Ozzy.
you.
This is a new power that you've never seen happen before.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your
If I wasn't at 1 health, I'd be more shocked.
I bet.
Yeah, I'll turn to Ozzy and I'll be like, I'll whistle a little thing, and then it's like a wind's gonna blow by and blow through your face. It's like, oh, that smells sweet. It smells like fall and maple.
I was gonna say, yeah, it smells like maple candy.
And you'll heal 6 points.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that had you failed one more of those, this would have been a very different story for Ozzy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He'd be down.
But speaking of, or is that it for you?
That is it. That is my move and my attack and my bonus action.
All right, then Ozzy, it is your turn.
Is there any kind of large rock nearby?
There's one behind you.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot a ray of frost at the one that Vanan shot.
Okay. You can go ahead and do that.
That's a 18.
Yep, that hits.
Cool. 2d8. Nice. That's 14 damage.
Yeah, you watch as this blast of cold energy hits into this creature made of fire. It doesn't make a lot of sense, because you'd think that the fire would just melt the ice, but this thing just freezes up and then shatters to pieces and falls to the ground dead.
Cool. And then I'm gonna Misty Step to that rock and be on top of it.
And you have Misty Stepped, and you are, we'll say, 15 feet up on top of this rock, because that's about as high as it is, but that'll put you about 20 or so feet away from the actual, or 20 to 25 feet away from the actual combat.
Okay. Perfect.
And
I'm going to sit there and breathe.
fair. Then Igni, it is your turn.
All right. There are 3 of them. Am I correct?
There are 2 now. Ozzy took out the
Oh,
one.
took the 3rd one down. Okay, it's officially down. Okay. Well, I guess she's gonna do all that she knows to do, which is she's gonna stab it. I have this special dagger though, right?
You do.
Coats for poison.
Yeah, so you can bonus action coat it with poison and then do some extra damage with that.
Yes. Let's do that. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna use let's do the silent blade. I'll double blade it for this one.
Okay.
She pulls them out of her, slings at her off of her hips, and I guess we'll just pick one. Let's go to town on one of them.
Okay, so we'll say, yeah, you can get the one that is Brittany, I guess, reset, so it moved all the cameras around.
Yeah, I was like, what? I'm Lilith? Oh, shit.
Oh.
Justice.
Justice.
All right, so Igni's gonna roll for both of those. Yes. So that would be the first one with the silent blade, comes down with no noise at a 27.
20. Yeah.
As she says questioningly.
I had to do the math, and
Does
then
a 27 hit?
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, and then the one for poison comes down at a 19.
Okay, so let's start with the poison one. So that will have sneak attack because Vanan is nearby. So go ahead and roll your damage for the Silent Blade first.
Yes.
We'll see where we're at. So
Okay. So that would be 10, 13, 14 points with the poison.
I
plus
thought
the
that was the
poison
silent.
dagger.
I thought that was the
Oh,
silent.
I'm sorry, the silent dagger. You're right.
So that's 14. That's with the sneak attack and everything, right?
Plus another 6, so that would be 14, 20.
20 total. Okay.
Nice.
So that's a pretty solid hit. Then you're gonna stab it again with the Silent Blade. That does hit. So this will do just the dagger, the D4 plus the poison damage. Which is
a con save.
It does get to make a save. It fails the save, and then it takes a D4 plus what is it? 2D10.
A D4 plus 2D10.
Cool. Yep.
Let's do this. At 17 more points of damage.
Ooh.
Wow. Nice. All right. Yeah. So you watch as this thing, you jab it with this new blade. As you bring it down, there's this black green, I guess it's green, liquid kind of coats the blade, and you watch as you can kind of see the veins of fire crackling through the body of this thing, and you can see that they are momentarily suffused from a fiery red to this sickly green as the poison seems to take hold. Is it poisoned as well, or is it just take the poison damage?
This is the note I have. Dagger, bonus action to coat for poison, extra 2d10. Twist handle from green to red. Red does damage, green does healing.
Okay, that sounds about right. And then it's actually Lilith's turn. But Brittany has... Oh, and it failed, so it's poisoned for 1 minute.
Right.
So it has the poison condition, so it has disadvantage on attack rolls.
Yes, we love that for next round. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and take a free action. Oh, no, I don't get another one because I used it to coat the dagger. Never mind. I was going to disengage, but I won't do that. I can't do that.
Mhm.
Just kidding.
Okay, so then we're waiting for Brittany. As it's Lilith's turn, and there is... So, hey, Internet. How you doing?
Oh, there's
Brittany's back.
perfect timing.
You okay?
Everything good?
Fine.
shit,
Sorry
that was
about that. That was really. I'm like, I can't talk right now. And they, anyway.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna take out all my current frustrations by whipping out Lucifer, my smacking sword.
Yes.
Sort of smacking.
It is your turn, so
Smack
Yeah.
away.
there
I'm gonna
is
smack
one that's
somebody.
pretty damaged and one that is untouched.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay. Well, how many? That was a 1.
Well,
No!
unfortunately, that one will miss, but that's only attack number 1. You do have 2.
Oh, that's marginally better. Let's see. That's going to be. Oh my gosh, they're calling me back. I'm just not going to answer right now. That's going to be 12 plus 6.
Okay, so 18 will hit.
I'm sorry, plus 8. 12 plus 8.
Either way, a 20 will hit.
Yeah, 20. And then I get to roll a d8 plus 6. That would be the.
Mhm.
So that's going to be 8 damage. 8
All right.
points of damage.
So the one that was already pretty beat up and poisoned, 8 was the amount of hit points it had left. So you are able to take out this hellhound as you stab it with your blade. You watch as this thing kind of, the light and the fire in its eyes and all throughout its body just slowly kind of flickers and dims out as it collapses to the ground. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna square off with the next one.
All right, then it's the next one's turn, and it looks at its 2 dead allies on the ground, and does not get its breath weapon back. So it is going to take the disengage action and just run.
No.
So it tear asses 50 feet away from you guys. running rather than prompting 3 opportunity attacks, it just tears asses away. And that is its whole turn, running off back sort of around the way it came, up a trail, taking off full speed. Then it goes to Vanan.
Does this mean are we out of combat?
No, it's, I mean,
No.
you can be if you want to just let it go.
I want to chase it.
Do you want to chase it? Okay, I'll catch
Run!
Zephyr Strike.
Indigo's run!
I'll just catch up to it.
Okay.
Attack it.
You're going to attack it, or you're just going to catch up to
That
it?
should be 75 feet. I'll attack it.
Okay. So you move up
Sorry,
to it.
70 feet.
Okay. Yeah, so you can move up to it. And you are up next to it.
Now attack it twice.
Okay.
First one has 1d8 force.
Okay.
That's an 18 plus.
Yeah, that hits.
7 plus 4 is 11 plus 8 is 19.
Okay, 19 points.
And then the second attack does not have Zephyr Strike.
But it does have Colossus Slayer.
It does have Colossus Slayer. Oh, and that's an 8. So 1, 7, and 8 is 15. It's a 17 plus 8, so it hits. 9, 15 plus 8, 22.
Okay. Yeah, this thing, you stab it pretty good, and it's just, like, trying to get away.
I'm gonna turn back and be like, it's still running.
Indigo,
no.
don't kill it. Follow it.
Ozzy, it's your turn.
You want me to? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I guess I won't attack it, but I'm not gonna get anywhere near it because I'm about to die.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna sit and bleed.
Okay. Then Igni, it's your turn.
How far off is Vanan with this hellhound?
He is about 50 or so feet away.
So I could take a full. I could run it.
Yeah, you have 30 feet of movement. You could dash as a bonus action. Still have your action when you get there.
To get there. Yeah. So that's what I'd like to do. Yep. And make it over to him. Do you have hold of it, Vanan?
No, he stabbed it twice.
No, I
Yeah.
stabbed it twice. I'm standing next to it.
Okay,
You
cool.
just leave-
I'll put a hand on your sword and I'll go, let it run. We can track it.
Okay.
Let's track
Okay.
it. Let's see where it
Yes.
goes to.
Okay.
I don't know. That's Igni's turn. That's all she wants to do. She's not gonna try to kill it.
All right, Lilith, it's your turn.
I very quickly go over and lay on hands to Bucky. To
Alright.
Ozzy, sorry.
That's all right. For how much?
To Bucky, what up? Hey. Is it it's like 25 points, right?
You have a total of 30
30.
now,
Oh.
because it's 5 times your level.
You can give me however much you want.
I mean, what do you need? Are you at, like, what's
I'm
your
at
HP?
7. From a scale of 1 to 44, I'm at 7.
I'll give you 30 points.
All right, so she dumps her whole pool of lay on hands healing, and you just up 30 points.
Thank you.
All right.
I'd slap you roughly, but like between the shoulder blades, just like, come on, you're fine, get on your feet.
All right, that was your action. You still have I'm gonna assume you have a little bit of movement. You're gonna start moving towards this, I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Then it's its turn, and it's gonna dash now and take off 100 feet running.
Do we get an attack of opportunity?
Vanan and Igni would, because it was 50 feet away, so they would both get an option for an attack of opportunity.
Got it.
I'm supposed to be leaving this, right? We're to follow it?
Yeah, that's my
Let's
plan.
just watch it then. Let's just
Yes.
watch it. Let's just
Can-
admire
can
us
we-
running.
Can we roll survival or something in terms of like
Oh,
tracking
I
it and
can
noticing
handle that.
direction?
Is it my turn?
Yes.
I'm gonna move 10 feet and cast Hunter's Mark, and I just know
Nice.
where it is.
Yes, and Hunter's, let's just remind me here. Hunter's Mark lasts how long?
90. It lasts an hour.
Okay.
I give
Badass.
advantage.
Right.
On tracking, perception, and survival checks.
Yeah,
Well,
Igni
if
had to
you
go
could, I will say you could cast it out of a second level slot, and then, or no, it only is third or fourth, and it jumps.
It's only
That's so
34,
dumb. I
yeah.
hate that.
It has, right? I hate it too.
It's so dumb that it goes from one first level to. All right, yeah.
One of
So
mine. Can I just give him one?
yeah,
Can I
right.
borrow a spell slot?
Maybe if you guys practice book learning
Can
a
I
little more.
pan for
Damn.
spell slots?
Yeah.
Can I shake?
No, as long
Spell
as
slot,
it's
please.
what's it called within range until the spell ends. Blah blah blah. Advantage to track it. Yeah. So I'm not gonna say you have to stay within 90 feet. I'm just gonna you have advantage because you pretty much kind of know where it's at. So that's fine.
I think it just, yeah. I think it's meant. I think it's just like the initial casting is.
Yeah, the range is 90 feet on the
Yeah.
right. Because if you're a bow user, then 90 feet is.
And it's not like I know exactly where it is.
Yeah, you
It's
just have
like
advantage to
I
find
can
it.
track it easier. Yeah, I have
Okay.
advantage to find it. So.
Cool.
Yeah. So, all right, it takes. We're out of combat. It takes off running. Ozzy, you are up there with Lilith, having newly been just pumped up, full of healing, and there's the icy chunks of one, and then the dead corpse of another, right next to you, as the other one takes off running.
I'm gonna take a look at the corpses and see if there's anything identifying on them.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
A 20.
Okay. Yes, there is something. You notice, which you didn't really notice it before, that they have collars. Iron collars. And they have this symbol on the collars.
Oh,
We have seen this before, yeah?
yes, we have seen this before. Do you believe we are heading in the right direction? We should track him now and keep on that beast.
Yeah, Igni pats me and he goes, my friend, you... Good night's rest did you well. You are full of surprises. You do things and make him feel better by waving your hands.
Is Vanan, you can heal people now?
I mean, I don't know. I guess.
You guess he was almost dead.
Yeah. Well, it's. I don't know. You just kind of like, sometimes you just really get into it, like when you're walking around at night in the woods, and it's like you've already checked around because like it's what you do, and you're like, I don't know, I might whistle a little bit, and you like whistle a little bit. Sometimes you hit that groove, like that real
We
whistle.
don't really have
like-
time to talk about this. We have a very short amount of time to go find him. We should go find him now.
That's true. I was wondering why you guys were interested in this. I thought
I
tracking this
just
thing.
I just was saying I am, how do you say, impressed.
Also impressed. Let's track.
Thanks, guys. It's very kind of you. Yeah. So I guess we track it.
Okay.
Track it.
Stealthily.
All right, you will move at half movement speed if you're trying to track it stealthily, just as a heads up.
I'm gonna
Oh,
also
you
put
won't
you guys
because you're a ranger?
Oh.
That's a
Yeah.
thing, right? For a revised
Hold on.
ranger,
I
you
thought
can
it
move
was-
at full
yeah.
movement speed.
Uh,
Whatever, it doesn't matter. You guys are traveling for about a half-hour
Your
track
group
in
can't
this
become
thing.
lost by magical means. Move stealthily at normal pace when traveling. Alert to danger when traveling. Find twice as much food when foraging.
Okay, so that answers that. So you guys are traveling, we'll say, for about almost to the extent of the Hunter's Mark spell before it ends. And this thing does not... I mean, it's moving at a relatively good clip anyway. And it seems to be heading west from where you guys are. And eventually, as you guys are booking it away, Igni, let's see, what would be the best way to do this? A snake with wings flies its way over to you, and then sort of just kind of like is flapping in front of you. And you can see that there is a parchment, a message tied to this snake.
It's
It seems to be after, like, for you.
I like come to like a slow jog instead of like I'm guessing running and tracking this thing.
Mhm.
Can I will it allow me to take it?
It will. As you reach out, it kind of coils its snaky thing around your arm. It's not in any means like it's not a boa constrictor, right? It just that's sort of how it rests itself.
Right.
So precious.
And
freaks Igni out. I'm not gonna lie.
and you can take off the parchment if you so choose.
I do choose. What's
There's a couple of things, right? So there's one note, and it says, your druid friends are at a place called Scarlet Moon Hall, and there's a little dash, and then there's a little triangle symbol, and it's written in a flowing, feminine handwriting.
Wait. How's Igni reading this?
Oh, she's not reading this. She can't. I forgot. You can't read it. Never mind.
I cannot. Instead, I look at this stir print and I say, "What the hell do I?"
And there's another piece of paper that you can't read as well.
I'm sorry. Ozzy.
Yes.
I can't sound the
Ozzy.
words out. Make it.
I'll take the
Read
words. Thank you.
Read it.
I'll read it as we're running.
So you read that, and it basically says that, exactly what I just said. Your druid friends are at a place called Scarlet Moon Hall, and it's signed with this symbol, which you guys have since been able to determine is the Triad's symbol. And on the back of it says, the back of this piece of parchment is, we're always watching. Again, this is written in like a purple ink in a flowing feminine handwriting. And there's another article, which you don't have to read it now, but it is. I just sent it to you guys in the Slack chat, and it basically says this is what we could turn up on the name Kalanoth, which you had brought up. The kind of queen type person that was at Feathergale Spire. There was the note that said from Arisi Kalanoth, and you had brought that name up, and that kind of article there is the best they could get based on that name.
Did I miss it? I don't see it.
It should be in the handouts section, which I don't know if I actually added you guys to, so I'll add it to the general one.
It's
I've never actually used the handouts chat that I made.
Oh shit.
Oh.
so.
We're going on book, guys.
Who wants to take bets as to whether or not these ladies know that I gave them a wrong bank account? They still seem pretty friendly and helpful considering I lied to them.
Right, but now that we have information, they're going to make it so that we owe them.
No, I paid them for this information.
No, you didn't.
Well, Lilith's family did.
No, they didn't. You gave them.
It's not about just money. They want it's influence, girl.
Lilith always with the sass.
Girl.
Okay, well, you know what, Mr. Snake, get off. Go home. I do not want you here. Get.
Okay.
I want to like shake it off.
Yeah, no, it'll go.
Bye.
And it'll just look at you with a. I guess Vanan, you can make me an animal handling check.
All right, I'll do it.
Oh, don't make the snake sad.
Wow. No, actually, I'm pretty good. I'm rolling well tonight. I think that's
Like it.
5. So that's 21.
Okay. As Igni shakes the snake loose from her hand and it flies away, you kind of get the feeling that it was hanging around in case she wanted to send something like a message back. But she shook it loose and it just flies away. Like crestfallen, the snake flies away.
Sorry, bye.
Sad
Safe
snake.
going home.
Sad
No,
flying
what's the matter?
snake.
No, come back.
What?
I'd be
It
like,
just
you as a
shows up. It wraps
I'll
itself
like
around.
put my hand out.
It didn't even ask. It just did it. And then, out of nowhere, it gives me these notes I cannot read. Seems a little insulting, yeah.
Are you trying to call it back to you, Vanan?
No!
Yeah,
Oh, you banned us.
All right, go ahead and make me another animal. That was to discern its kind of ability. This is to
Alright.
Big friend.
This is where I fail.
this is
We
to
need
try to
another
call it
pet
back.
in the
We
dancing
need more
John.
pets. More pets.
Wow, no, I did not. That's a 23.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
It's flying away and it's like it momentarily stops in midair, flapping its wings, and then it turns about and like comes over to you with like a sort of playful, like confused, like if a snake would for whatever reason tilt its head like a dog would, that's what this snake does, seemingly like, you know, curious at least about what you have to say.
I'm just like, come on, man, stop being so cute. I'll like scratch his chin a little bit.
And it's you know, it seems to be, you know, it seems to enjoy it, but it also does seem like, you know, this is an equivalent of a messenger snake.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like it's going to go back, but
I was.
It's good. It's going.
I'm gonna turn to Igni, and I'm like, I think he's here waiting for a message. Is there anything else? Is there something you want to say to him, or is there something you want to say to them? I guess
I don't-
the three.
I
evil
have
people,
nothing to say.
jerks. All right,
Give that.
cool beans.
Here,
See you
come
later,
here.
buddy.
Come here. No. Come here. Come
Oh.
here.
Lily,
Alright.
she's she
Alright.
knows.
Lilith has something to say.
I
Okay.
pet this.
I'd be like, all right, 1 second.
I pet the snake because I don't want the snake afraid of what I'm going to say. The snake is just a messenger and it's cute as hell.
all right.
You gotta write it down.
I don't think the snake.
I'm gonna write a message down. And I'm gonna roll it up in a tight little letter. You see her like arm moving a lot, like she's like getting like calligraphic about it.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
responding.
There's like a very like flourishing gesture as she like signs this like super fancy signature. And then she's gonna bust out of a little pouch on her belt. You guys see a signet ring and some wax. I'm just gonna kind of like light it up and leave a wax seal.
Oh,
There's a
shoot.
little ribbon that gets
I'm more impressed
pressed
that she's doing this
underneath.
on the run.
Yeah,
As a practice noble would.
yeah. I can do it in my sleep. There was a whole class in finishing school for this. So, you know, because it's like a limp handshake, right? If you have a shitty signature as a
Yeah.
noble,
Oh, yeah.
it's equivalent to the limp handshake. You gotta have a really good solid one.
Yeah.
So she gets all this done,
Oh
and
my
she rolls
God.
it up, and it looks like perfection.
Mm.
And ties it to the little snake's like fanny pack, and looks really accomplished, like smug. I'm not gonna tell you what she wrote. I mean, I have to obviously tell Ted, but she's not
That's
gonna
fine.
tell any of you guys what she wrote.
Yeah, you
Not
can
even
tell
if
me.
I ask nicely.
What?
What if I ask nicely? Please.
No, Lila's like, don't worry about it. Just don't. Let me have this.
Do I
You'll probably
have-
find out.
to give the note to the snake? Do I have to give the note to the snake, or can Lilith give the note? To the
She
snake?
can give the note. Oh, and to show you guys, this is what he looks like.
Oh, they.
Oh, that's so cute. though.
So cute.
It's precious.
Igni would be like, oh, that is gross. No.
No, that is so fucking. Wait, does Chelsea feel that way, or does Iggy feel that way?
No, Chelsea thinks this is adorable as fuck, and I won't want to go
Okay.
around my arm. I'm
Okay,
just
okay.
saying.
Okay, I just needed to know.
Igni does not.
Okay.
Yeah. Step back, Chelsea. You gotta tell us how you're feeling.
Sure, yeah.
No, I love it. Yeah, no, it's cute. Igni does not think it's cute. It's gross.
All right, so you guys are easily able to tie this message. The snake seems happy that it has a message. You know, like it's like a dog when you're like, you know, you call a dog over and you like give it something to bring back, and they just have that sense of fulfillment. The snake has that as you send it free with whatever you write.
Adorable.
Are we going to be in trouble? Lilith. Who writes secretive notes?
She mutes herself.
I'm writing it down right now, actually, to Ted. So.
Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about, Igni.
I'm just saying. Are we?
I
Going
was
to be in
sending-
trouble.
What? No, I don't know. What?
I'm not sure if I've
Hey,
ever
we gotta go find these
thought of
hellhounds.
this
Lilith is
before.
sweating.
We need to
We're
stop.
like running.
Were you
We need to
feeling,
stop
like,
talking so
angry
we can
right
run.
now?
What?
This is all our running.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll be honest. I am impressed by everybody's stamina.
Little do we know, it was the most beautifully written Yelp review of the Triad.
I mean,
They
listen.
were like
Once we start drawing
traps on
attention
the
to
plate.
everybody's ability to do things on the run and their stamina levels, then I feel like that is my key to be like, and then everybody's exhausted.
Ozzy can only run. He can't do anything else. He's not physically fit.
I was gonna say, what is Ozzy's constitution?
Actually not
Maybe we should
terrible.
stop, guys.
It's a 14.
Yeah, so you're hardier than Vanan, I believe.
Oh, am I? Oh.
Vanan, your constitution's a 12, right?
It is.
Ooh,
Yeah, so he's got 2 points on you. So theoretically, he can hold his breath longer and run farther than Vanan can, which is hilarious to me.
It's because he's carrying all those animals.
That's really funny.
because I'm lighter.
Less to carry around. Makes up for it in books.
Yeah,
But anyway, you guys take off running.
Yeah, you got a bag of holding.
I do.
Yeah.
Have a bag of
So basically, we reach. You guys. I'll give you guys. I'll say you guys track this thing for about 3 miles. Right. We'll say you guys are. I think you can easily run 3 miles in an hour. I think that's more than reasonable, if not more than that. Again, realizing that probably at some point you do have to break as somebody gets winded, because running nonstop for more than 3 miles, we're pushing exhaustion. So, but at that point, we'll say at about the 4 mile mark hits the hour, and the spell fades. You have footprints.
Yeah.
There are some footprints that you can
It's
track.
Yeah, I
dropping
can
by.
still
blood?
track it. It's just harder.
It's dropping. It's dropping more almost like magma than blood.
But can it be tracked or traced?
It seems like you could, with a relatively moderate survival check to tell you in game terms. Yes, it seems doable.
Okay, cool.
Igni, you want to help me out with this?
With what?
You want to help me track this thing?
Sure.
Is there any place that I can get a vantage point up higher?
As you're running through, it's the dangerous Somber Hills. So learning somewhere there's a hill. Dangerous or not, there is a hill.
Cool. I want to see if I can get a vantage point higher up, and then I'm going to take out my crazy long distance spyglass.
Okay. Yeah, I'll say you can
Survey
get.
of the area.
It'll take a little while of basically climbing, or not like climbing as in the mechanic of climbing, but it just takes time to get up there. If Vanan goes with you, it'll be quicker because rangers just exude this natural Bear Grylls-ness where you can just do things that normal humans
I
can't.
just know where to go.
Yeah.
I just like look at the rocks, and I'm like, "That's you just obviously that way." And you're looking at the other way, and it's not that way. Don't go that way.
I just feel like you're like strongman hiking and you're just like singing, I'm in my element, I'm in my element.
Yeah. No, I'm just like, it's good to be in the woods. Think like funky and like jazzy. Just like all of the animals are dancing, and I'm dancing. That's Vanan in the woods alone. That's just what it is.
All right. Well, you take a little
Okay.
time here. Maybe
I'll
Maybe
climb
10
up it and let him track.
Yeah, maybe like 10 minutes you make your way, 10, 15 minutes up to the top. And you can kind of see, from this point, you can see Feathergale Spire off in the distance because you know where it is. You can't really see the Sacred Stone Monastery or Rivergard Keep because of the way the hill structure is. But you can see kind of on the general path as you pull out your spyglass and whoop. Don't you have to roll or something? I forget.
It's something like Is it D10 and a D4 or something? Or
Something like that. I don't remember. It was wonky, and I don't know why I came up with that, but I did. So,
I'll go find it in the chat. He can track.
but basically, what I'll say is, regardless of how far you can zoom in with this thing, on the general direction of which it is going, you can see a haze of smoke, like just a massive lingering haze of smoke in the general heading you think this thing is going in. And you can see that there is like a tower kind of poking up out of the smoke at the back of this kind of hill. There's like a hill with just a big old haze of smoke on top of it, and like the peaking of a tower out of the top of it. This is something you haven't really seen before, and that seems to be the general heading of this creature.
Cool. So I did find it. It's a D10 and a D4, and I rolled 2 4s.
So that's what?
So
16
4
miles?
times 4 is 16 miles.
Yeah, so basically you can easily see this no problem, but the smoke makes everything obscured, the haze, if you will. It does seem to be, with your ridiculous zoom lens here, seems to be smoke.
Okay.
Like, as in from a fire, but it seems to be like lingering and hanging about this area.
All right, I'll slide back down the hill then to join the party.
Okay.
Guys, I think I found where we're supposed to go.
Righteous. I'm assuming we can smell the smoke.
Not
Beans
from your
said
current
that right.
vantage, because it's several miles away.
Should
But
we
just-
still track it, or should we just go in that direction?
I mean, we can still track, but it's over in
Alright.
what direction was it in?
Straight, basically due west.
Due west. Okay, straight to the west of here.
Where you can make me a survival check for tracking
Yeah.
purposes.
Sure. That's really bad. It's 8.
Ooh,
Can Igni try?
sure.
Can I cast? I was gonna cast guidance on Igni.
Yeah,
Oh.
sure. Yeah, you feel.
Yeah.
Explain the guide. Explain how
I-
that works.
Yeah, no. So I was just like, hey, can you help me out with this? And I put my hand on your shoulder, and I'll be like, you see how these tracks are like separate from like what's around it? Like you kind of like close in, and it's just like, see how that's different from that, and it's like you
Yes.
can't really tell first, but when you look close, you got it. So just add a D4 to your roll.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Mm-mm.
No. How we
6.
doing? With a D4? Ooh.
Damn.
Oh God! So we're standing at an 8, guys. We don't know where the hell this thing is. Sorry.
It's west. Just said it's west.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It's
it
over
was-
there. There's a lot of smoke over there,
Smoke.
I,
Like
just,
smoke.
I follow
like
Ozzy.
as if it's from a fire. I think we found where we're supposed to go. Yes.
like lava.
Yes. Yes.
Like
Ozzy, can you teach me that magic you just did? That word.
no.
What?
Like there is
What
like
else
there
tell us
was
then?
like there was explosion.
It seemed like something was just burning over there. So smoke from just fire.
I'll
Okay.
just start following.
Creature we just fought.
Well, it is.
So you didn't
Fire.
see any flames, right?
No, it was just the smoke. It kind of obscured everything in the area.
Mm. Huh.
Your judgment, Ozzy, based on from where you guys are, is it's probably like another 4 miles west.
Damn. Well, it probably would go back to hot place. Burning forest seem like hot place.
That sounds about right.
All right, well, let's keep
I
moving.
say we follow Ozzy. Then I start to follow Ozzy. I like just stand right behind him and like look over his shoulder. Like, where are we going?
I'll
Okay.
start walking in the direction I think it is.
All right, so you guys start heading in that general direction, and we'll say that you guys get there, kind of get to a somewhat close vicinity at around like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Okay.
let me describe this to you. Visible through this haze of smoke, this looks to be, it is a large hill, right? And from your vantage point, from the way you're coming in, there's a slow, like a grade that goes up and to this general area, but again, all obscured via this smoky haze, which you can tell as you get closer, you do smell is smoke and haze. I'm sorry, the haze is smoke, rather. But visible through the haze that covers the hill is a square tower ringed by ruined walls. In front, I guess this is... You know what, I'm going to stop there because you guys are on the outskirts. If you guys want to continue in closer, I'll continue to describe things to you.
I want
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on us.
Yeah.
Pass Without a Trace.
I want to try Divine Sense.
Okay. So I will just as a point of fact for you, Brittany / Lilith, Divine Sense. Where am I looking for? Divine Sense is your paladin ability. However, you now have access to detect evil and good at will, which does all of the same things as Divine Sense, except it also covers aberrations, elementals, and fae.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do then.
Okay.
I thought that was a once-a-day thing.
No, detect evil and
At
good,
will.
you can do it as many times as you want, forever. It's like a
Fine,
cantrip.
Let's just keep it on. Damn. You made it like an Eldritch Sense, or Eldritch ability.
Correct. You do, the only difference is you do have to cast it. So, like, it lasts 10 minutes before it drops.
Gotcha.
So 10 minutes goes by and you don't say that you recast it. And it is concentration, so you can get knocked out of it, rather than like an Eldritch Sight, which isn't always on.
Gotcha.
So this is a 30-foot radius. You can detect anything in that area. So as you guys are approaching, let us see if there is anything. I'll tell you. Let's flip to the next page because I don't want to speak. Okay, so within the 30 feet vicinity around you as you approach, you do not get any sense of anything that would ping on your senses, but you're at the base of a hill sloping upward. As you get closer, perhaps you can see things, but again, so it looks like, again, the slope is going upward. You can kind of tell just by the topography that the backside of this kind of camp area, you could ascend it, but it is significantly steeper. This is more gradual and easy to walk up. And you can see there is some semblance of a path. So, yes, the entire area is considered to be lightly obscured. For those of you who are unaware what lightly obscured means, that's disadvantage on perception checks. That works for you, but it also works in your favor as far as stealthing.
Oh, okay.
So, creatures going to try to observe you. If they're passively with a passive perception, they're at a -5, or if they're making active checks, they're at disadvantage. But Vanan did cast Pass Without Trace, so you all, if you decide to make stealth checks, have a +10 to your stealth check.
Which means I have an automatic 21.
Correct.
Let's do that.
So yeah, if you guys want to make stealth checks, you can.
Let's do it! 25.
Okay.
25.
I rolled a 27, but also, 28, because it's a +1.
Okay.
15 plus 12, 28.
Okay, great. You guys are ridiculously stealthy. Actually, I will... Brittany, did you roll at disadvantage because of your plate mail?
Oh, no, thank you. Sorry. That was, well, it's 26.
Oh, well, whatever. Oh, only 26.
Hold on.
Oh,
Sorry, no. 23. Math. 23.
That's fine. Believe me. I will also
Okay.
say, just as a reminder to you, Davis, that remember when you're trying to determine spell slots, That you use the multi-class table for the number of slots because you may have access to 3rd level spell slots.
Not yet. I will in a little bit. Technically, I'm a 4th level caster.
Gotcha. Cool. Just checking.
Yeah.
All right.
Not quite yet.
So you guys are moving. I assume now that means that you're moving in.
Yeah, we got to get a better look at what's happening.
Okay, so now I'll continue to read. So visible through the haze that covers the hill is a square tower ringed by ruined walls. In front of the tower burns a bonfire shaped like a fiery giant. Scattered on the slope below the tower are 7, and you can kind of see just these tiny, like kind of glowing orange, 7 bonfires with tents clustered around them. Humanoid figures huddle near these closer fires. A trail leads up the hillside encampments. So you can see that sporadically about kind of as you descend or ascend upward are campfires. You can make out tents and humanoid figures. What they are and the exact number is a little fuzzy due to the obscurity. And then the main structure is this square tower at the top of the hill that has a kind of dilapidated, ruined, like circular wall around the outside.
Detect good and evil.
Okay, that is up. Well, I will keep that in mind as you guys. Now you can see these different camps. How do you want to? Basically, how do you want to ascend? Do you want to go like straight up the main path to Camp 1? Do you want to try and like sneak up and take people out? What's your motive here?
We're talking like 7 different camps.
There are 7 different.
Averaging 2 to 3 people a camp, 4 to 5 people a camp.
You can make me. For the nearest camp, you can go ahead and make me a perception check at disadvantage.
Okay. Ha! 213, so a 17.
You see around where you are, seems to be 4 humanoid figures at this camp, and 2 larger, looks like, maybe horses or something, large size, quadrupedal creatures at this particular camp. From what you can see, that's the closest one.
The one nearest us, that's what I can see.
Correct. Now again, there's a path, a
Should
clear
we see?
road that's carved up that you could take, but there's nothing stopping you from trying to like sneak off to the side and approach from a slightly different angle, or work your way towards or scope out these other camps. Again, this haze works to your benefit,
Right.
but also to your detriment for locating what's there. But you can also potentially, based on the these things, this first camp looks to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 100 feet away, 100 feet to the west of the second camp. So they're not immediately upon one another. If stealth assassination was your plan, you could possibly do that without people knowing.
Okay. Okay.
Should we just go close and listen?
Yes, I think we should sneaky.
Should we go close and listen?
Should we all
Okay.
go?
Yeah, we should stay together, I think.
We should.
Lilith is
So confused. She does not know. Do we go one at a time? Should I
So
just go over and listen?
Let's just go over as a group and listen.
which one? There are 7 camps.
What? Very
Let's go to the first one. Let's go in order. Should
Okay.
we go in order?
It's not very quiet.
Quiet. Let's okay. Quiet or I'm quiet. Okay.
Okay. So you guys made your stealth checks. They were pretty good. I will remind you, Vanan, that guidance also works on stealth checks as a future thing. You can just boop, 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 boop.
I should have done that, but
Hey.
I'm not.
Listen, you're living in my wheelhouse right now, so I've got your back. So as you guys make your way up.
If we don't want to speak, just signal to me that you want to speak, and I'll message you. And I'll relay messages back around and forth, and we don't have to talk.
What's the signal?
I don't know. Point to me.
That's a good idea, Ozzy. I agree.
And then I speak in Iggy's head. Yeah, like this.
And then I speak in Igny's head. Yeah, like this.
Can I do this too?
No, you can't. You try, but you can't. Try as you might. It seems to
Finger
be.
just goes over towards Vanan.
Yeah, Igni always has to catch herself. She goes, oh!
And then I go back and point at Ozzy.
So as you guys approach this camp, you can, as you get a little bit closer, how close do you want to get? Give me a foot range. 20 feet, 30 feet, 50 feet?
I would say close enough where you can
10?
hear them talking. So 20
Yeah.
feet, 25
20
feet.
feet? Okay. 25 feet, hiding in the mist with your pass without a trace up. Vanan, if the opportunity ever came that you needed to hide, you're also a wood elf, so you benefit from hiding in nature, and this counts as nature.
Yeah.
So 4 robed humans, 2 male and 2 female, are dancing around this fire and chanting. On the periphery of the firelight are 2 massive elk chewing placidly.
They're just dancing.
They're dancing and chanting in some sort of ritualistic fashion around this
Do I
campfire.
know
Do any
anything
of us
about the
understand
dance?
Sorry, one at a time.
We said that at the same time.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the dance?
Yeah, the kind of dance that they're doing.
Sure, make me a performance check, I guess.
Okay. I can do that. 17?
Okay. It doesn't. Looking at it, I mean, it clearly seems to be some sort of ritualistic thing, and this is not a uncommon practice for, shamanistic or tribal type folk to dance and ritualistically chant. The fact that a fire is a center place probably wouldn't seem weird to you on a regular day, but the fact that there's some large burning kind of effigy thing at the top of the hill, maybe there's something a little more to this. They don't seem to be in the movements of their dancing. They seem happy. They don't seem to be like, there's no dour faces. They just seem generally elated to be dancing.
Is there a way to peek in the tent without them seeing?
You can certainly try.
I'd like to peek inside the tent without them seeing, Ted.
All right, I'm going to require another stealth check.
That's a killer.
It still has the plus 10 because you're within 30 feet of Vanan, but
Nat 20 plus another 21.
so 41.
Correct.
Cool. Yep. You walk right through the middle of the camp. They don't even fucking notice, and you peek inside the tent.
She's just crouched the whole time, and she's just.
I imagine I join the dance as I pass by and they don't even notice.
Yeah, sure. Why?
Yeah.
Absolutely. As you make your way inside their tent, they're still dancing, and you pick up little snippets of information as they're dancing, and they just seem happy. They seem excited about the rite of the Wicker Giant.
The right?
Yeah, R-I-T-E, of the Wicker Giant. And inside, they're
Like Burning Man.
I was just thinking that was a bunch of fun.
Is Nicolas Cage in there?
We're at Burning.
I guess you'll have to find out. You hear the buzzing of bees.
Bees?
Oh god, the bees! Inside their tent, you find a wooden case. Inside the wooden case, you find 2 scrolls of magical nature.
Can
Scrolls with Nick Cage.
I'm taking them.
Okay.
I'm taking them. Both.
It's a scroll of bees.
Okay. And then do you duck back out?
Yeah, I slippity slip out.
Okay. You come back to the party bearing 2 scrolls.
Did you just steal that?
Shh. We're supposed to talk in
Did you just steal that? I'm whispering. I'm whispering in your brain. I'm just like, did you just steal that? I turn to Lilith and I'm like, yeah, she just stole that.
Yeah. So
I'll message to Igni. Can I see those?
Yeah, Igni's like, I can't do anything with it. I just steal things. I can't actually do anything with the stuff I steal.
As a quick perusal, Ozzy, this is a scroll of Elemental Bane and a scroll of Warding Wind.
I give a thumbs up. I put them in my bag of holding.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Okay. Now what?
See what those do.
What's the next
Do we
nearest
keep
camp?
going?
There's one about 100 feet to the east.
I mean, at this point, might as well just keep sneaking. We got this +10. Let's use it to its like fullest capacity.
We got it for an hour.
Okay, so you guys make your way over towards this camp. Here, you see 2 human men in robes, different robes than the 4 that you just saw, before a bonfire. On either side of it, leashed to a peg pounded into the ground, is a brown bear.
Like, sadly tied up?
I mean, Make me an animal handling check, Lilith.
Yeah, no. Can I make that? Can I make a check as well for this?
Sure.
Vanan is paying attention to this bear.
Sad bear.
I mean,
roll.
like, you know the difference between like animal cruelty and just the dog hanging out in the back.
I only got an 11.
I only got a 5.
You know, Lilith, your time in Waterdeep and Summit Hall, bears not, number one. Like horses, you're good. Bears, maybe not so much. Vanan, you have an affinity for bears, having rescued one and also having a figurine that lets you summon one to you. It doesn't seem to have any love for these people based on your 11, but it's hard to it's hard to say whether or not this thing is. It doesn't seem. I mean, it's a bear. It doesn't seem to be like you don't see any visible like lacerations or any of that kind of stuff, but it doesn't seem to be like their best bud bear. Like it's clearly chained and pegged to the ground here. So
I'm gonna whisper to them and be like, "Hey guys, back me up if this goes sideways," and I'm gonna walk out into the camp.
No, I'm gonna grab him. I'm grabbing him. No.
All right, you can make me a grapple check against. So this is an athletics check versus Vanan's acrobatics or athletics.
Oh, he gets the acrobatics.
No, in acrobatics.
Yeah, of course you are. So athletics for or
I got a nat 20.
No, you didn't.
It's a 28. I did too.
Oh well, I got a 19.
That's fine. You're like no, and he's just like whoop. So you walk into the camp.
Bears,
And what do you?
I was gonna walk in and be like, "Hey guys, what's up? What's going on with that bear?"
They look to you and they're a little startled because like, oh hey, okay, new guy, I guess. And they're
like, just, like wander lost. You're just like, hey.
And they're like, hail, traveler, are you new? You seem to be new here. We haven't met you. We haven't seen you around here before. What brings you to Scarlet Moon Hall?
Bears.
And he's like, are you a fellow druid as well?
Well, I like the woods. I live in the woods all the time. I've got lots of bear friends.
And he's like,
a bear.
And they're like, yes, he's our friend.
Bear. Okay, he's all good.
Yeah,
he's all chill. Okay,
and the bear's just kind of like there, and like they're like eating. They're eating like they've got like a chicken on a spit, and they like cut off like a leg, and they toss it to the bear, and the bear eats the leg, and they're like, yes, we are druids here at Scarlet Moon Hall, but again, excuse me, friend, I know we just met, but you're here for bears? I feel like...
Just bears. I will, like, walk around. I saw, like, a lot of smoke, so I came in here, and I kind of have this, like, affinity for bears. And I saw this bear. He was chained up. And this has happened in the past. Sometimes I gotta free some chained-up bears. But I just like to ask first, and give the benefit of the doubt that you're not harming the bear. You're not mistreating. He's getting meals, so on and so forth.
They're like, yeah, no, he's great. He's here because as druids, we are one with nature.
Okay.
He would like to roll. Can I hear this happening?
Insight.
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight check? I was gonna do this.
Are you going to? I will let Vanan because he can actually see these guys.
Okay.
And get a read on them. So go ahead, and make me an insight check.
That. I mean, do druids chain up their animals?
Typically, no.
Yeah. That's what I'm
that's a 15.
Okay. 15. There you are. Yeah, you don't believe that these guys are telling the truth. You're like, I don't know many druids that would chain up their bear friend.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking. I just wanted to double check to make sure these guys were assholes before we killed them. So I'm just gonna be like, all right, guys, it was nice meeting you. Have fun with your bear.
And they're like,
I'm
thank you,
gonna keep
friend.
heading.
Enjoy Scarlet Moon Hall.
And then I'm gonna stealth back into the smoke.
Or just walk back into the smoke.
Or walk. I will walk back
Like-
into the smoke with good stealth. I got
Like when Homer recedes into that, like,
Yep.
Get to the bush.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Just imagine his
I
head
walked,
poking out of the
I
smoke.
walked just out, and then I'm just like.
All right, so you head back to the party.
Yeah. And I'm gonna whisper on me like, yo, these guys are totally fucking with that bear. I think we should just kill them because they're also druids of the fire elemental place. So I'm whispering into your brain.
We will kill all them. I cannot whisper to brain, so I have to whisper out.
You can whisper
You can
back.
respond.
You can respond to the
respond
message.
With one sentence, right?
You're whispering in my brain right now.
Yes.
I just see you guys looking at each other, and I'm just like,
Yeah, Igni can whisper. At a 41 last stealth check, Igni can whisper out loud. And Igni...
You got a 41?
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20 plus a nat 21 natural
Oh.
pluses. Yeah.
God.
So, she says, I think it would be smart of us to finish the loop to see all the camps. I say we burn this place to the ground.
That might be quite redundant, actually.
we should freeze it.
It's already burning.
Yeah,
Ozzy,
they like it
Ozzy,
hot.
can you
Not
freeze
their
stuff?
tents and stuff.
I can.
Venom, we can let that bear have his vengeance. We let him go on them.
Wait, Vanan, can you talk to that bear?
Oh,
Kind of like just like I can kind of talk to animals in general, but I just like can't have a conversation really.
Can you like impress the bear with like, hey, we're on your side. We're gonna let you free so you can go eat these fuckers.
yeah, but not yet. And he goes, but not yet. We have not finished. We cannot start the plan yet. We have to go finish seeing what's going on here. All we have seen is 8 men and a bear.
How close
Should we go into
together?
the next camp?
Vanan, how close together were they?
How close together were they, Ted?
Those two guys, they were about, I don't know, maybe 10 feet apart next to the, and then like the bears maybe 10 feet away from them.
Oh, that's close.
Good to know.
All right, I guess we can move on if you don't want to kill these people right now. I think we could do it pretty stealthily, like really quickly, if we just did it.
Well,
Like we got the drop on them. Do you want to try? We don't have to.
I always give drop on whoever I want. I'm just
Let's
saying, if we start the killing now, then it just
Yeah, you're right. We might have to keep killing, and then it's like a train of killing.
Yeah,
Let's
let's see
just.
what's around us first, and then
I am trying not to just kill in cold blood. The Ozzy is rubbing off on me. What
Okay.
can I say?
So, from your current vantage point, you could
He has
go.
a tendency to rub.
You could go due north, and that would get you about 50 feet on an incline to one camp.
Okay.
Directly north of where you are, there's one to the, like, from there, kind of further northeast, about another 60 feet, is another camp, and basically a mirror on that, on the west side, and then there's more further away, up west and up north.
Okay.
So I guess start with the earliest camp.
Yeah,
there's
whichever
smoke
one's
just like
first.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
Okay.
So you guys are going to go straight due north from your current position?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Now, having had, heated conversations in brain, but still with gesturing,
I
as
appreciate
you make
that.
your way, I will need another stealth check. Still at plus 10.
Even though that's bad, that's still really good.
Hey,
34.
22.
First roll's an 8. Second one, so 8. First roll's an 8. The second one's a 12 plus 1.
So 8, 9, 19 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
And what did Ozzy have?
30.
Oh shit! All right. So you guys, as you guys,
I rolled with you at 34.
as you move up, 3 people doze near the bonfire, as a 4th leans on a staff, clearly bored out of his mind.
Do you want to steal from these guys?
I
I'll look the other way.
was about to say, it is what I do.
I'll give you guidance. I'll pat you on the back.
Okay. I guess I roll another stealth to sneak in and steal things?
Sure.
Ah. Oh, and I still get the 10 for that stealth check too? Or that,
Mm-hmm.
oh my god. 21, 33, 34.
Okay. Yeah, you sneak into their camp and into their tent, and there's really nothing of value. Nothing draws your attention at all.
And the man out front that is like, does he seem to be inebriated and like almost asleep, or is he like fully
Nope.
wide awake?
He's wide awake and he just seems bored out of his mind.
Okay. All right. Igni opens up her cloak a little bit and swishes her hair. She's like, I got these. I can do these. And she's just gonna slink up to him and go, so tired traveling through forest all alone. Do you mind if I keep you company?
And he's just like, he's like a crotchety old dude, and he's just like, whatever.
It's like, yeah,
What is he, a
weird
fucking
form.
eunuch? Whatever.
Yeah. It's so kind of you, sir. What is it that you are doing out here in the middle of forest without your friends?
And he goes, right now, I'm staring at a fire and watching these 3 fuckers sleep.
Oh, it's so sad. You want to be asleep too.
He's like, yeah, I wish, but I'm new, so...
Oh, well, there are so many of you. Why does somebody need to be on watch?
You never know.
Are you scared of something out here in the forest?
And he goes, I'm not, but I'm just observing. That's what I'm here to do. And he looks at you, and he, like, does this thing where he crosses his 2 fingers like this, and he touches these 2 fingers, and he touches his thumb, and he's like, and he, like, makes it to you, and, like, waits for a response.
Do I know what this is?
No. And he, like, does it casually, and then just resumes, like, holding on to his stick.
Can I do it back? Can I pick up on like the sleight of hand to do it back to him?
Sure. Make a sleight of hand check.
Die. Okay. Oh, at a 21.
Alright, let me just... Before I am remiss, let me just check one thing. Oh, my bad. It was actually... I was wrong. I misread crossing the fingers. It was this. Is what he did. Touching his thumbs together and crossing these 2.
Oh yes, and Igni knows that symbol.
Yeah, that's my
Okay.
mistake. Yes.
Yeah, and she makes it back.
And he's like, when you do that, he's like, oh shit, I didn't know they were sending me reinforcements.
Oh, I did not know they had such strong minority here. She continues the like ruse.
And he's like, yeah, I'm surrounded by all these other members. They sent me here as a spy to keep an eye on what's going on. Now I have backup. This is great.
That is me. I am the backups.
He's like, great. One person amongst all these weird fire fuckers is annoying.
Oh yes, the fire. I do not. What can I do as your backup?
And he's like, well, I'm a spy, so the goal is to gather information and not get caught. So if you
what
can...
information have you gathered?
And he said, not much, I'm new, as I said before.
Well, I too am new. Maybe we can share so we have more information together.
And he's like, have you been to Rivergard Keep? What news from the keep?
Do I know?
No.
Do I know anything about this? Would Igni know of this place?
Yeah, that's the place you just came from,
Oh, we just came from. Okay.
where everybody was mutilated and dead and...
What do we do? Do you want to
Don't-
tell him or
We
not?
don't talk about Rivergard Keep.
You know what happens at Rivergard?
Are you still with message?
I don't know. They have to message me first, right, for me to respond?
Yes.
Can we see you?
I don't see why not. If you guys are 20 feet out, you can at least see the shadows and hear the conversation. It's not super quiet.
This is awesome.
Alright.
Yeah, and I go, I have not, in fact, heard anything. Nothing. Did something happen?
He's like, no, you just said you were my backup that they sent, so I assumed you knew what was going on.
Oh, you mean they sent me? Yes, they did do that. I have seen them.
Make me a deception check.
Yeah, 27.
I don't think he's going to be able to beat that. But we're going to find out.
That plus 10, baby.
Oh man. Oh, because you're still by me, huh?
No, those are only for saving throws.
Oh,
Saving
word.
throws only. And he's just like, yeah, all right. I just figured you might have some, but that's fine. So,
I could tell you. Why don't you tell me what kind of information you were waiting on? Because I am just full of the knowledge.
except for what happened at the keep,
No,
or what's going on at the keep.
Oh, they are. Last time I checked, they have big party.
He's like, figures. They're all
Yes.
partying. They send me here amongst enemies to gather information.
I know. It's just so bad.
And he says, what I've been able to gather is they're seeking recruits.
For what?
And he goes, I don't know. They got this weird ritual going on with this big fire thing.
Yes. Who? If you've been around at least longer than I have. Who is the head, the guy, the honcho, the man in charge?
This guy's name is Elazar.
Oh,
Elazar Dryflagon.
this is a mouthful. Does he have a tent he resides in?
He stays up at the tower.
Oh yes, a tower. And how many strong are they here?
And he says it's hard to say. Some of the camps seem to be almost self-contained. He goes, but... And he starts counting off on his hand. He's like, 4, 10, 15... And he goes, I'd say probably somewhere in the range of 20 to 30.
Oh my. And you have been here all by yourself?
He says, yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Here's what I do for you. I am going to take this information and disappear now into smoke. It's like I never was here. I'm going to go find more information. And then I share it with you, yeah?
He goes, yeah, if anything goes down, let me know what the plan is.
Do you have a name, friend?
He says, yes, my name is... Oh god, why do they give these people these names?
Baba.
Well, his name is Saruki, is his name.
Saruki.
So
He says, you could just call me Sal, though.
Salatis.
That's what my friends call me. I feel like we're friends now.
I would tell you, if things go a little awry, we should have a signal, yeah?
He goes, yeah, what? Okay, that sounds good. What's... Like an audible signal or one, like a visual signal?
Oh, well, I would say light a torch, but everything is burning here.
And he goes, hang on, how about... Let me get to the page with the people from the thing. Because they have stuff that they can do. Where is he? Here we go. And he goes, how about... he says, if I give you... If something's going on, I'll use my signal, but I don't know what your signal will be. And he'll, like like from his finger in this hand to his hand, he'll shoot like a little beam of cold energy, something similar that you've seen Ozzy do before. And he's just like, I'll just shoot this up into the sky. It'll look different because everything here is fire.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's good. I will do the same.
And he's like, okay, great.
Great.
So that's
these all these rituals. What is it that they are? You said they do not know nothing about what it is they are trying to do.
He says they haven't let me know anything about that yet.
Are they counting down to something? Is there like a timeline?
He says, I don't know. Certain people have different beliefs about it, but they won't really keep me on the periphery.
Yes, you have been mighty helpful, friend. I shall put cold stuff in air. You just be on the lookout.
And he's like, yeah.
Alrighty then. And he like back into the smoke, joins the group and goes, he was very strange.
Okay. Now what?
He asked about all the dead people in that last tower.
You didn't say anything, did you?
Oh no.
You didn't tell everyone.
No, I told him they were
You
part
didn't tell him all his friends.
which is not a lie. I just didn't tell him that they partied and then died.
Well, I mean, he's definitely not going to be an ally, so that was good.
Well,
We're probably going to have to knock.
He is currently an ally, and I like to keep it that way. That way we
Yeah.
have one more person on our side, at least until we do not need him anymore, yeah?
Yeah, he might
Yeah.
actually give us some information. Like,
Yeah, he already did.
well, more. He probably knows more.
Give me more.
Yeah.
Yes, he says there is an Elazar here. He is man in charge up in tower.
And let's go to the tower.
I agree. Is there only one way in, Ted?
Yes, and there are several other camps as well. Between here, there is.
Oh yeah, we should hit the rest of the camps then.
So there's one to the east from where you are currently.
We should hit the camps on the way, but it looks like there is only one door. And you know, we are known for coming in front door.
Sure.
That look on Brittany's face was like, don't remind me.
So,
Sure, let's just go check it out.
were you going to the camps then? Or were you
I
going...
would like to sneak past the camps again and just like listen in. We seem to be
Okay.
getting information every like.
All right,
month.
thanks, Claire. All right, so you head to the nearest camp that is to the east. So this is a fringe. This is the farthest east camp. Everything else is more the other direction.
Okay.
But it's the closest to where you were. So this fringe camp has 3 bulky figures standing near the fire. Their robe hoods are pulled up. 2 wargs rest at the edge of the firelight.
Are they saying anything?
They're speaking in... What languages does everybody speak?
Common.
Dwarvish.
Let me get the list.
Yes, thank you.
I know Celestial,
You do know
And-
Celestial.
Elvin?
Infernal, and Abyssal.
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Gnomish, Halfling, Celestial, Draconic, Primordial, and Sylvan.
They are speaking in a language that none of you speak. And it's
Hey.
harsh and guttural. But, yeah.
Undercommon? Do they
No,
speak-
but you're going to
speak
cast
English?
tongues, I take it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So it doesn't say that you're able to know what the language is, but I'm going to say that you can because you have it. So they're speaking in Goblin,
Oh,
Okay.
these creatures. And basically they're just like, yeah, I mean, I think this is really working. I don't think anybody's going to notice. Like, these robes, we got the hoods up. No one's going to know that we're here. It's going to work out great. No one's figured it out yet. We got this camp. And they're like, yeah, I mean, we're here. Everything's going well. No one suspects us. This is it. This is the best plan we've ever had.
I'm going to keep listening.
And basically, they're just going on, and they're just like, eventually they're just talking about how smart they are, and they're like, yeah, did you see what happened? The people that were here, they fed them to that big old fire thing over there. And they're like, yeah, it sucks for them, but now we got this cool place, yeah.
Okay.
And then like it turns into just like a punching match, and my dogs are barking, so I'm gonna let them inside real quick. Hang on.
I'm gonna relay this to you guys, and I guess
Cool.
Ted said I could understand that they're speaking Goblin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Do you think they're
Definitely.
goblins?
definitely speaking in Goblin. Hey, do you guys remember, like forever ago, when we came across like a bugbear massacre?
Mm-hmm.
Don't goblins and bugbears hang out with each other a lot?
They do.
These are very big
Yeah.
goblins. That's not a goblin.
They are very tall. They're about 7 feet plus.
Oh,
They are just speaking the goblin.
they're speaking Goblin. Okay,
Are they
what if they're
orc?
bugbears?
Would I know of any creatures that speak Goblin that are tall?
Bugbears would be a good guess. Yeah.
What about
Sorry,
that?
I'm jumping to conclusion.
What are they doing here?
Well, they said that they snuck in and they're fooling everybody around, and that apparently these people that are camping here also make flaming sacrifices.
Oh,
That is good to
is
know.
New information. Okay.
But the ones in the robes are definitely not part of this crew. So we've got one spy from a different tribe,
And now here
and then
are two
people that are, it's folks that are 7 feet tall speaking Goblin. So, and they're just like really stoked that they're fooling everybody. I don't know what they're after.
Okay.
What a bugbear's like?
I don't.
Next
I look right
camp.
at Vanan.
Next
Yeah.
camp.
Next camp.
Yeah,
It's-
there's a lot
Nice.
going on here.
If
you
they-
guys, as you're moving away, you see. Hold on, scroll faster. Almost there, guys. Okay. You see the one of the wargs pick its head up and just start. And then it puts its heads back down when you guys move on to the next camp.
Good.
Coming to the realization, though, that creatures that don't rely on sight aren't
Face
really
those
impacted by this smoke.
Yeah.
So you guys move your way back sort of to the main section towards, I guess, the center of this area, and there is another camp, at which point you see two rugged humanoids sitting near a large bonfire. They are sparsely dressed and excessively hairy.
God, it is fucking Burning Man.
Oh my god.
You cannot have been a more perfect description.
Excessively
I never thought I
hairy.
would argue
Excessively
Burning Man.
hairy, rugged men.
Are their feet really dirty?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they don't wear shoes.
Because they're idiots. You don't walk on the playa without shoes. They'll rip your feet up.
Yeah, Burning Man.
So,
You see these
basically
two, and then you can see from where you guys are, there are two camps to the far west, or to the west, and then there's basically the entrance into the main kind of ringed circle that leads to the tower.
are they talking about anything? Can we listen?
They're basically, what you're able to gather from these two is they're trying to figure out what the druids are up to, and they are interested in the rite of the wicker giant, which everyone seems to be discussing.
God, okay. So Igni turns to the group because I am beginning to think that the druids, they are not out here. None of these people have been, any of them been the druids themselves.
Do you think the druids are up by the thing?
I think the druids are in the tower. At least we know that the head druid is. And they keep talking about this rite, the rite of the wicker man, which can only mean this big old fellow over yonder.
Is that what the tower is, or is the tower different?
The
tower's
tower
different
is
from
a
the
tower. It's separate.
There's
Oh,
just
okay.
there's like a
The
wicker
tower is
man.
about 100-foot tall square tower.
Let's check out the tower. Let's see what's going on there.
I agree, but we should be cautious. We do not look or dress like them. They keep talking about these robes that everybody's in.
We're just randos in cloaks.
There are, well, these people have all had a certain sort of attire to them. And let's see, from where you guys are, about 60 feet northwest of you is a camp, and then due north of that is another camp. And then if you continue basically straight up to the kind of area where the this tower is, there's basically a courtyard, where there's ruined walls, and then there seems to be other fires and things within there.
Other fires? Okay. There are lots of these camps. I don't know. Are we going to make it to all of them? Should we just go straight up to the door?
You guys can all make me a perception check.
Yeah.
Not at disadvantage. This is based on hearing.
I got an 11.
Oof, I got a 3.
13.
Come on, Vanan.
Oh, sorry.
Step down.
Come through that
That's
perception.
really bad.
Okay.
11.
That's all I got too. Shit.
Okay.
I think Ozzy got the best one.
What'd you get?
13.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, these guys are hanging around, and yeah, you see that again. You can see to the kind of northwest, about 60 feet away, is another camp with some figures moving around them, and a couple of tents. And then further north of that is 2 tents and another camp. And then, if you go up basically the main strip, there is the tower itself. With the tower, there's the courtyard, and then you can see there's the larger fire out that way as well.
Let's just go to the tower.
I agree. Yeah, whatever the most direct
sure.
route to the tower is, we can hit the camps on the way, but I wouldn't veer from the path if that makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys are going to head up to the main section then.
Yeah. Yeah, if we can do it stealthily.
Sure, everybody make me stealth checks.
First one's a 19. Second one is a 7 plus
25.
7
Guidance.
is 1.
God, shit.
You guys are still pretty good overall.
So
So-
we're still adding 10, right?
Yeah.
Sick. So that's a 17.
Okay. So, beyond the ruins of, as you guys make your way up, beyond the ruins of walls, ringing the keep's central tower, is a courtyard cluttered with tents. A humanoid-shaped wicker giant, 2 stories tall, burns brightly here. 2 figures in robes stand near the wicker giant, their heads lowered in prayer. The tower is under repair, with wooden scaffolding some 30 feet high stretching across the east and west sides. Lanterns hang from struts and poles attached to the woodworks. 2 guards with crossbows watch the courtyard from the scaffolding to the west. Rubble chokes a wide doorway, likely once the main entrance on the tower's south side.
Okay. So, just for reiteration on my part, there are 2 guards near the Wicker Man, 2 guards on the scaffolding, making 4 total.
That you can see, yes.
Oh, we can see right away. Okay. Anybody else like that looks normal? Or is it just them?
That's all you can see at the moment.
All right. Okay.
Lilith, it's at this point that your detect good and evil, still up because it hasn't been 10 minutes, pings that this fire wicker thing is an elemental.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
Shit.
So the combination of information we've gotten so far is that these guys are feeding people to this elemental.
Basically.
Oh, Ted, is my lantern lit up?
Oh yeah, that's a thing I forgot about too. Yes.
I definitely tell you guys. I'm like, hey,
Yes.
this thing's not just like a
I pull out my lantern and it's glowing orange.
Yes, you see that as well.
What does that mean?
That means that thing's alive.
Oh,
No, it's just Wicker Man.
yeah,
No,
it's just
it's
Wicker.
an elemental.
This is obviously Wicker Man.
No. I look at Ozzy and I'm like, Ozzy, help me out here. Like, this thing's alive. It's a
It's an
thing.
elemental.
Yeah, it's a
Some kind of
fire.
elemental being.
Yeah.
Igni looks at it.
shit.
Is it sleeping right now? Does it know we are here?
I mean, wait, Ozzy, don't you speak 1,000 languages?
Something like that, yes.
Can you talk to this thing?
I might be able to, but elementals can be very hostile.
I
Yes.
mean,
And there are 2 people in front of it as well. And then the 2 people up on the tower with crossbows.
okay.
I say we need to take out the crossbowmen. Then we get 2 robes. Yeah? And then we take out these 2. And then we get 2 more robes. Yeah?
I think I could take out the crossbow guys on the tower with my boots.
I
With
might
my-
not be able to speak with him, but maybe one of their own kind might be able to speak with them.
Oh, we are known to, how you say, kidnap and torture and get information from people.
Not
Hey,
what
we're
I
not
meant.
torturing anybody.
Right. No torture. We don't torture.
I would
Yeah.
like to take out the lantern and summon Maggie.
Okay, so this is the
Oh.
fire
This is the magma,
magma method. Yes.
which I will describe what she looks like because she's my favorite.
Yes, that's fair.
Hold on. She's wearing a
Maggie.
dress. Maggie. Hold on. I'm gonna share this with you guys. I'm gonna share this whole folder with you guys actually.
Okay.
Share it.
I need your emails though. But yeah, I don't have your emails again.
That's fine. Wait. Paint us a mind picture.
So essentially, she's wearing this dress. She's a small mephit, but wearing this dress that is. Well, let me look at the picture again. It's like has a collar, and it comes down the front, and it's like covers half of her body,
Hmm.
and then in the bottom it's just like magma drippings of like feather ruffles.
Ooh. Okay. That's cool. Did you know he had this? Where is everybody getting these things?
He's had this. He used this before. Remember the other one showed up that one time?
No.
She was like a little like windy sand thing person.
Okay. Sure.
I can't remember what her
Yes, that
name
was
was.
Dusty.
but-
Okay.
Dusty.
Sure,
There we go.
Dusty and okay. So I think Davis, I think Vanan and I should climb this here building, take out men with crossbows, and then we can deal with people on ground. Think we can leave that to the 2 of you?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the
I'm
plan?
not gonna be very subtle though.
I said, okay, let us get them up.
You guys should just wait here for a second. Then we can kill them. Just wait here for 1 second. We'll message you when the guys up top are dead with crossbows.
So what I was thinking is potentially sending Magdalene here over to
Oh, to talk to the elemental.
talk to the elemental.
Do it.
Maybe she can find out what's going on.
She can
Yeah.
still do
Let's
that.
try
sounds
that
good.
first.
Oh, okay.
That
Let's try that
sounds.
first.
I'm
and
down
then
with that.
So I'll
If the
turn
thing-
to
If the thing gets enraged, there's a very good chance it'll take out these targets for
That's true.
us.
That's true.
so then I will turn to Magdalene, and I will say in Ignin, do you think potentially that you could perhaps see what this elemental creature is looking for or after, or what is his purpose here? Potentially, maybe.
Didn't she just give
Your
you
Highness.
gives you a general, she can try.
Okay.
But again, there's no real way for her to get out there without being seen by the 2 people who are there.
Okay, then I'll turn to the party like, she potentially can, but we may have to distract the others that are there.
Igni opens her blouse a little and goes, I can do this.
Okay.
And-
So.
And it's
Before we do
going.
this, is everyone topped up health wise?
No.
Is everyone looking good?
Down a little.
Yeah.
Maybe we should like take a break for a minute before we try and get started with some.
I was about to say,
stuff
I'm
that
only
could go
at. I'm
sideways.
less than half my hit points at the moment.
You guys,
Oh,
just
I'm
gonna,
at 16. I'm at 16. That's bad.
you guys are just gonna hang out right here? Where are you gonna go?
Should we get
This-
to a hiding spot?
Should we sneak down the mountain again?
It's quite a
It's,
ways.
I don't think these guys are like too particularly concerned about their surrounding area. I think they're more focused on like this ritual that's taking place.
They seem to be
bet we-
praying too, don't right?
Yeah, I bet we don't have to go very far and we can still be safe. And we're also
Yeah.
shrouded in smoke.
Sounds fine.
I mean, Vanan, you have like really bitchin' like spell things that you do to like ensure the safety of our camp. Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the plan?
I'm full. If you guys want to like all rest together, I'm happy to take watch because I'm at full health and I have all my spells.
Yeah,
Look at me. I'm at full
I can
health
use-
and all my spells.
I guess I'll use I'll use some hit die.
You guys are the ones that are reckless.
Okay, so where are you guys
Yeah.
going? That's the better plan.
Is there a place nearby where we could rightfully like hide? A rock formation, a bunch of trees, something that's off the beaten path.
Or we can
basi-
just chill out and eat a snack for an hour.
you guys can move off from where you're at. There are the other two camps that are to the north side here, but for the most part, there isn't. It's pretty barren. The camps are the large thing. Now that you guys are up here, why don't you guys make me perception checks again?
Damn, I gotta change out my dice. That's a 4.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
only
rolling so
rolled
well
it.
at the
I was
beginning.
I
about to only
suck
roll
at
a 9.
smoke.
11.
It's not a disadvantage
I got
again
another
because it's for hearing, but
Yeah, I didn't roll very well.
I got a 16.
and Vanan.
I got an 11.
All
I'm
right.
rolling really bad.
So, Ozzy, you can actually hear on a brief, flow of wind coming your way, coming from the farthest north, the northwestern camp, what sounds like fiddle music.
I definitely hear the sound of a fiddle.
That's cool. Let's eat. Van starts like pulling out like apples.
In the middle of the where you're at right now.
We're just like standing. We haven't found a place to chill yet.
Yeah, this is a travel snack. And I hand an apple to Ozzy. And I hand an apple to Igni. And then I hand an apple to Lilith. And I take a bite of my apple.
Thanks, man.
While this is going on, I did just want to point out to you guys, since we're all mostly in the Twitch chat, I wanted to point out that Andy Roberts, over watching us live on YouTube, said that I have a knack for putting together really enthusiastic groups of players. He's only watched you guys for about 3 minutes, and he already really likes us. So I just wanted to throw that out there for you guys.
Oh, thank you.
So-
Thanks, man.
Anyway,
super nice.
so you guys all have apples now that Vanan gives
Just
you,
like,
and
one
Ozzy.
We
Here,
gotta stay hydrated. We gotta.
And Ozzy-
Find a place to hide. And so.
And Ozzy hears fiddle music to the northwest from that the general direction of that northwestern
Music
camp.
usually means lots of people. We do not want lots of people. To rest, right?
It could just be one person practicing.
That's true. We could go back and hang out with my friend. He might lend us his tent. All right, let's check out fiddle music. The hell.
Yeah,
They
sure.
have-
Let's do it.
Okay, so you guys make your way over to this camp. This bonfire is a little smaller than the others. An elf woman in robes plays a fiddle as two smaller creatures dance around the smoke above the fire. Lilith, both of these creatures ping to you as Fae.
Ooh.
The two creatures dancing about the fire.
they give me good or evil vibes.
Just
Fae.
it doesn't. Funny enough,
It's
detect good and evil
confusingly
doesn't
fae.
actually tell you good or evil. It's so stupidly named. It just tells you type.
Type.
But they're Fae. They seem to be jovial, and they look like a thing. Once I get the book here, hang on.
Yeah, right. Fail jovially jump around and then it stabs you in the throat like, haha, that's funny. And then teleport, disappear.
Like Loki.
And then like a few days later it'll come back and turn your corpse into a frog.
Man, you guys have some serious Fae
You have
trauma.
some Fae PTSD. Aw,
It's their
Aw.
fault.
like a lost boy.
They are tiny. They're like the size of a cat,
Oh wow.
Oh.
and they're dancing about the fire with the music played by this elf with a fiddle.
What do you see?
Magical.
What do you see, Lilith?
I tell you.
Okay. I might be able to speak with them if they're actually Fae.
I mean, yeah, they're definitely Fae, but I don't know what they're about. I don't know much about this elf chick either. Like,
Don't want her to signal an alarm.
yeah, this could be problematic. Can we just sense that if they're like a part of, they're just in the woods by themselves?
Well, you're more like they're on a camp here, so they're clearly in this general vicinity, but they're, they're dancing around to the music. They seem to be happy. Fae creatures enjoy song and dance, so.
I don't think we should
I'm
talk.
gonna be like, I've come across this like a bunch of times in other places. This is like a weird thing that like old elves do sometimes. I don't know why exactly.
It's
It's
like,
like
their
they're
thing.
bored.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like Florida
Mm, yeah.
or
Or New York.
it's like oh man, I'm old now, so I gotta take my flute into the woods and dance with some fake creatures.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
what
like
happens
their
when you get old?
Retirement.
Yeah,
I don't want to
that's
do
what's
that.
gonna happen to me. You don't have to do that. I mean, it's what's gonna happen to me though. So you guys,
Listen.
you can be there for me or not. You don't have to.
I mean, we'll help you through it, but when the time comes, I'm gonna be long dead by the time you get there.
Ah, yeah, no, that sucks to
I
think
know,
about. Let's
yeah.
not think
I
about that.
But I do want to address. I don't think we should. I feel like even if these guys aren't necessarily bad, they're probably gonna be a pain in the ass. We had like a kid in school that was a Fey blood, and that little fucker just loved pissing everybody off and
Those Fae
marched to the beat
letters.
of his own drum.
Yeah, no,
So-
fans are jerks.
I mean, he was having a great time, but it was really annoying. We could not get any work done. Like, God forbid you're in a group project with him. Like, it just,
Those Faes never put their weight.
they undo a lot of the hard work that you, like, they take so much joy in that. So
Yes, they suck.
I feel like we're going to have to deal with more if we go and talk to them.
You said there was a
Can I-
second camp over here too, right?
Yeah, can I get everybody to make me stealth checks again?
Cool. I rolled a natural 1.
29. Plus the 10.
39.
Mine's a 16 this time.
That's fun.
Alright,
Y'all have
so
never
even
seen-
with the 10, unfortunately, Lilith's rocky armor, the fiddling, like, for a second, as the fiddling stops for a second, and you see the elf peer into the smoke, and she clearly seems to see at least Lilith, and she's like, oh, hello. Come, share of our campfire. Enjoy the music. What brings you here? And she invites you in, only seeing you, Lilith.
Okay. I kind of just like, I'm assuming I'm kind of like crouched down like this with my one hand is kind of behind my back.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna like, as discreetly as possible, kind of wave my hand like, stop, don't follow me. Don't just stay here.
Okay.
I'm gonna straighten up and like, well, thanks. Sorry, I'm really lost, super lost, and I'm freaked out because there's a lot of smoke here.
And she's like, yes, it's all part of this great rite, or at least that's what I've been told, and she says, that's what my associates here, and she points to the two sprites. She says, this is Flix, and this is Aphid, and she points to the two. And
Lilith
she's,
is like, hey.
and she's like, oh, and I'm so sorry, I'm Gariena. And what was your name?
Oh, hi, Gariana. My name's Lilith.
And she's like, Lilith, it is wonderful to meet you. And she says, I wish the smoke wasn't here obscuring everything, but it is all part of the rite of the Wicker Giant. So we're all here to aid in that, but it's supposed to be. And she's like, I'm sorry, and you were lost. You don't need to hear about this. We need to find how to get you home.
I'm a wandering traveler. This isn't really where I was planning on ending up. Like smoke is usually something that I try to avoid. I guess I could have just walked away from the smoke, if we're gonna be honest. But since I'm here, why are you aiding? What's the Wicker Giant?
And she says the rite of the Wicker Giant is supposed to be a ritual to restore nature's balance in a troubled region. So there's been a lot of elemental and turmoil in the area, so this is supposed to restore that balance. Although I do wonder why I've never heard of it before now.
Are you...
And she says it's
Okay,
also taking
I
a
know.
long time. It seems weird.
I know we just met. This might seem like an intense question, but I am quite faithful to I have a deity that I love very much, and I'm wondering, it sounds like you might also be into a particular deity.
And she says, well, I wouldn't say, I mean, there are deities who I feel like my heart aligns with, but I find myself to be more of a servant of nature and just the general balance of the realms, although there are deities who have a similar mindset, so I bear them no ill will.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, same. There's a lot of deities that I respect deeply, for sure. But I just feel like maybe you're a little uncertain about this one in particular. Do you want me to roll a perception or insight or anything like that?
I mean, do you want to? What are you trying to discern?
I'm trying to discern if she's just not really into this and she's like scared and confused and going with the flow. It seems to me like what she's saying is that these Wicker rights folks just like kind of showed up and they're convincing everybody to participate.
Okay, make me an insight check then.
Okay. I'm picking up on that from our conversation, I guess, like role playing. But
and you don't have to roll. You can definitely tell that she has a sense of, perhaps apprehension, definitely anticipation. She's wondering why she's never heard of this thing before, and why it's taking so long. It seems to be taking a while.
I guess what Lilith is trying to figure out is why is she participating if she's never heard of this before?
So she'll basically tell you that, I mean, it's supposed to be, and there are other druids about or that are saying that this is to help restore the balance, and that's everything she stands for. But it seems
they just showed up?
Yeah, she says it's these apparently the leaders here, this Elazar Dry Flagon is supposed to be quite knowledgeable about these things, and he's setting up this great ritual to restore balance. And she says, I'm not a super established, very established druid. I'm still, although I may be older in years, I'm still relatively green in my capabilities.
Well, was your circle having problems like that made you feel like you needed to participate in was there like an imbalance that you guys feel like needed to be addressed?
And she says that as of late there have been there's rumors and things that seem to be gaining more and more traction of flooding and earthquakes and tornadoes and all sorts of natural disasters that have not been seen in these regions for quite some time. And Lilith, that this is true. There has been an elemental turmoil about as a general, in the general area.
Okay, that's
so
what
she's hoping that this will fix that. And you can kind of tell. Did you make an insight check, or were you just going?
I did. I rolled a 7.
Okay, so based on, but you don't think she's being untruthful to you.
Yeah.
She seems to honestly be more hopeful than anything, and as certain people in times of crisis cling to anything that may be the answer.
And that's totally what Lilith is sensing. That's what she's kind of trying to prod a little bit, and she wants her. I'm very much trying to relate with her about oh yeah, I have my beliefs too, and I get it. It has been flooding. It's been really unnerving. And so Lilith is being on the same level with her. She's gonna kind of just be like, can I ask you a bit of a more serious question? Do you feel do you believe that his name's Alizar?
Yes.
Do you believe Alizar is what does your gut say?
And she says, she basically will tell you that she hasn't had much interaction with him, but his command of at least the element of fire is quite extensive, and that being able to control elements the way he does is something that higher level druids, that's a ability of higher level druids, although she will confide in you that she doesn't really get the feeling that a lot of the people here really like her.
Huh. Well, I like you, so...
And she's like, and again, you're more than welcome to stay and share my campfire. And she's just will kind of look to the pixies and be like, but you probably shouldn't camp here because I can't trust them to be their pranksters, and I don't want any trouble.
Hey, listen, I went to school with a pixie, so I get it. Are you okay with them?
And she's like, she says, we're fine, but we have a relationship we've built over time, so they're fine with me. But
I won't upset the balance.
This is
I'm
what
gonna
they
be.
do.
This
is what you see whispered in your head.
I'm gonna, I thank you for. I feel much better, and I feel like my confidence has been regained. I think I'm gonna just, like I said earlier, I'm just gonna walk away from the smoke, and I think I'll be able to find my way out of here. But I wish you luck, and I hope that balance gets restored as well.
And she actually, as you're about to leave, and she says, well, I hope so too, and I hope that if the opportunity arises, that we our paths may cross again. And she will actually reach into a pouch at her waist and just kind of looking you over and being and she will hand you a little satchel, and she goes, as I said, I'm not very far along in my druidic studies, but perhaps you can make better use of these than I can. And it is 2 scrolls. One is a scroll of Lesser Restoration, which is a paladin spell, 2nd level paladin spell, so you can use it. And the other is a scroll of Skywrite, which you can't use, but I believe Ozzy can, and maybe Vanan.
Scroll of Skywrite?
Mm-hmm.
And then a scroll of
Lesser Restoration.
Lilith knows what scrolls are, and she's gonna just be very touched, because that's a very generous gift to a random stranger, just like a ship in the night, She's gonna kneel deeply, and she's gonna think about something that she can think of. She takes out I don't have anything cool. I'm looking at my thing. She takes out 2 gold pieces. She's like, listen, I know as a druid you don't really use this. It won't do much for you, but I sense that things are changing, and at some point you might she'll take out 10 gold pieces. He's like, I think maybe at some point, if you ever have to go into a city for your safety or for whatever reason you need, I hope this helps you have a more comfortable stay there.
And
So she gives her a little pouch of 10 gold.
and she'll take it, and she is grateful. You also get the feeling she's a bit naive, even though again she's an older for an elf,
Like baddie lady.
Yeah, like she's definitely younger, and obviously if she's giving away spell scrolls of 2nd level as far as game terms go, that means she's less than level 3. So if you want to think about it game term wise.
Okay. Lilith is just like grateful that she's being so trusting and like cool, and that could have been a funky interaction. And so she's like, all right, well, I hope you have a great night. I'm just gonna go away from this smoke. Like, I'll find my way, no problem.
And she will say, good luck on your journey, and she will cast a spell, and she says, may this help you in your travels, and she will cast Longstrider on you, so for the next hour your movement speed increases by 10 feet.
Sick.
So you have a 40-foot movement speed for the next hour.
I just feel like, like lunges when you're doing lunges for working out, but gliding. She's just gonna be like, so I glide the fuck back to you guys. I just show up.
Lilith, you've got a spring in your step.
Oh, let me tell you, I feel fucking fine. And then I relay everything, every word that was exchanged, all of my personal thoughts and feelings about that interaction. And
I'm not sure if I've ever seen you this happy.
I think, we need to find a place to rest. Do you think she would be inviting to let us sit by her fire?
no, because she's got those 2 sprites that she's like chill with, but they'll fuck with us. Like, I don't think you want to deal with 2 sprites. Trust me, you don't want to deal with 2 sprites. I promise you.
I don't think you have to convince this group on how.
Is there another? You said there was another camp nearby.
There is another camp nearby. If you travel a little bit south, you guys can see a half-elf woman here dressed in robes, while her 3 companions, a human woman and 2 human men, are dressed in rugged clothing and breastplates. The 3 in armor cook food on kebabs at their bonfire.
I would say, though, if we decided to camp near that we can scope this out, but if we camp near that lady, well, she's not going to bother us.
So, like, near her, but not in her camp, is what you're saying?
She told me definitely don't camp with her, but,
Nearby.
You think we could chill out there for an hour or so?
Just off in the shadows somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because, like, if anybody does a patrol, she's there and she can vouch. She's just like, oh, I talked with her already. Like, she's just, like, lost on her way.
Okay. So you guys are able to... Yeah, if you want to camp over in that general vicinity to take a short rest, you guys can.
Okay.
And then you do so. And you can short rest heal and get back spells or whatever else you need to get back. Actually, I guess it was just Ozzy getting spells back with his wizard thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, thank you to everybody hanging around in the chat. We appreciate all of your comments, and if you're running this, don't take our run through as gospel, because I add in some of this. There's actually more book related stuff here than there has been in the past 16 episodes. So,
I get 29.
all right, nice.
I used.
I'm much closer to where I should be. Igni feels a lot better.
Okay, so.
I also put in our little chat a link to what Maggie is wearing.
I see.
It's
Oh,
so
yeah, no, that-
beautiful. It's so beautiful.
It's my favorite dress that I learned about when I was in school.
So, while we wait for Brittany to get back, and so we can continue on and see what you guys want to do, I'm gonna plug this. It's in the Twitch chat. but I'll also throw it up in the YouTube chat that as of today, well, as of actually last Tuesday officially, was day one of my ongoing sponsorship with Initiative Coffee Company.
Yes. I was gonna order some of that. Now that you mention it, Ted,
It is very good. It's called Improved Initiative is their current blend, and you can use my coupon code and get $2 off of your order.
Do that, in fact, sir.
So it's $2 immersion. I wanted them to change it, but we misconnected when we had that conversation. So they made up the code, and I went with it. I will tell you that coming in the next week or two, they will have a light, like blonde roast, if that's more your jam. This is a medium roast, but it's solid.
Wait and order both of them.
Yeah, and if you want, when you order it, if you prefer to have it ground, you can have them grind it for you. Otherwise, they'll send it to you whole bean, and you can grind it yourself.
That's fine. I got a grinder. I'm not that worried about that. That's cool. Okay, great. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
My
anyway,
roast is where it's at.
And then maybe I'll have some here next time we play,
there
so
you
then
go.
I can be
got more
drinking
caffeine.
it.
Yes. Unfortunately, the coffee mugs that they sent me, they have no handle as of U.S. Postal Service handling. Just destroyed the coffee cups, and I didn't get time this weekend to have my fun little craft project of trying to glue the coffee mugs back together. But anyway,
I did that with this one.
At any rate, we're close. Oh, okay. Igni, while we she says, I feel a lot better. I think it would be smart of us to get in the front door dressed in robes. We need to make sure we are somewhat incognito.
Yeah, I agree. I think if some stupid bugbears can do it, we can definitely do it.
Should we use the people from the other camp then?
I was actually thinking we could get the robes off the 4 at the entrance. The 2 up high and the 2 below.
oh, the 2 with the crossbows and the 2 down low.
Aren't two of them really close to the thing that was a really big fire elemental or whatever? So
Correct.
Ozzy and Lilith.
Yes.
So I feel like that might.
Well, you had talked about potentially distracting them and sending Ozzy's Mephit in as well. I don't know where you guys landed with that plan either.
I think we were ready to go, and then we were like, "Ugh, we're really low on health."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
down
we
with
can-
the method plan for sure.
Okay, so you guys can go back and do that if you so choose.
Yeah. Now that we're well rested, I think the plan was for Vanan and I to go high, and Ozzy and Lilith to go low.
Okay, so explain to me timing of this. You guys walk up, you're gonna do your plan. Is it happening simultaneously that you guys
I
are
think we
walking?
need to take out the guys up top first.
Yeah. Say the Chelsea and Igni and I take the guys out up top. You guys take the guys out down bottom. We'll take the guys out on top out first, and then I'll message to Ozzy or Lilith or both of you that it's all good to go, and then you guys can do it however you want to.
And we can support you from up top with the sling and the.
Yeah, we can support
bow
you from up here.
once we've got them.
Okay. So, all right, you guys are gonna try to stealth your way up there.
I am.
And if I recall, Vanan, you have the slippers of spider climb, and Igni is just gonna climb.
I do.
Yes, but I have second story work, which means I can do it faster.
Right, so you could do it at your movement speed, and it's so. I won't require any athletics checks of any kind, but I will require stealth checks.
And there is no pass without a trace, so guidance.
Yes, so
Take
you
that.
waited the hour. So tongues is down. Your pass without a trace is down. Currently, detect good and evil is down, but you can just cast it again and pop it back up again for another 10 minutes.
Well, that's a good thing I
It's
got
free.
that because my stealth was only a 16. That extra die really helped.
Okay.
Mine is a. Wow, that's a lot. The 27.
Okay, so you guys begin stealthily climbing and or walking up the side of the scaffolding to attack these 2 guards up top, and then Ozzy and Lilith are waiting at the bottom until after those are taken out.
Mm-hmm, we're gonna.
And
signal
we'll let
to
them know.
Okay.
I'm gonna hunter's mark one of the dudes.
Okay. So here's what I'm gonna say. We're gonna just consider you guys to be going first in the initiative. And I will
Okay.
have you guys both make attacks at advantage because you're attacking from stealth. And if you kill them in one shot, then we won't roll initiative. But if you don't, then that's
You
that.
got to roll initiative. I
Yeah.
got you.
Okay.
So
I'm glad I
attack
got that
rolls.
advantage. I'm gonna do both attacks with my silent dagger.
Okay.
So
So
Go
first
ahead.
one is 20 total.
That
mine's
hits.
a
Second
17 total.
one
17 hits.
Okay.
23.
All right, so let's get the damage.
Second hit. I rolled double nat ones. I rolled double nat ones on the last one.
Well, it is a sneak attack, so for the attack that does hit.
Oh, and you gave me guidance, didn't you?
Guidance is only checks, not
It's only-
attacks.
Oh, damn. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
I can't believe I rolled double nat ones. That's
Well,
crazy.
the first one hit, and that may be enough depending on how you roll. So go ahead and roll your damage for the first strike.
Okay.
And that is sneak attack because it's advantage, you're hidden, and all that good stuff.
So my first attack does +9. So 24 for the first hit.
Okay, and then Igni.
Only did 18.
That's okay. They only have 11 hit points. So you
Oh.
both stealthily climb up and just...
Oh, fuck yeah. You guys are beasts.
Nice. Okay.
So in a very... So let me ask you this. They are on scaffolding. Van and I assume you went up the side of the wall and Igni, you climbed up. You guys kill these guys in the first strike. How are you preventing... What's your... This is not a check. This is just a role play scenario. How are you preventing them from causing any sound as you murder them both? Are you going to just... What's the plan? And then you're just going to, like, lay them down there? Or what?
Yeah, yeah. I fall.
Yeah.
I go
I'm
down
just
and then
thinking-
I'm taking
thinking-
his robe.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna just stick my spear through his head, and then I'm gonna catch him
Okay.
and
Yeah,
lay him
yeah,
down,
ca-
and then
catch him
start
and-
taking
yeah.
off his robe. And
Okay.
then I'll put it on.
Yep.
So you
same
guys
thing.
do that, and then you guys are...
Message them.
And then, for the first time in a while, I guess I'll take out my bow.
Okay.
Or not.
Are you gonna message them or?
Message
I'm
them.
gonna message them and be like, all right, the guys up top are taken out. I'm not gonna take them. I don't know what I'm
Okay.
doing.
So you guys get that message. What do you do?
So Lilith, how do you want to handle this?
Whoa.
Each take one.
Yeah, can you do that?
I can potentially restrain one while you kill the other.
Okay. I mean, I'll kill both, but can you restrain both, and then I will
can
kill them
restrain
both?
one.
Okay.
So if I can restrain
Alright.
one while you have the advantage to kill the other.
All right. Let's do that.
Okay.
Okay. So when you guys go moving up, to these two guys in the courtyard, basically, what they both look at each other and they look at you, and the woman turns to the wicker thing and puts her hands up in the air and says, "Arise and cleanse this place of the unworthy," to this wicker statue. And then I guess we roll for initiative. Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, we don't get a fucking while I'm sneaking up.
You rolled a natural 1 on your stealth, if I recall. Or no, that was before. What was your stealth?
Oh, we didn't roll stealth.
Roll
We
stealth
didn't
then for
roll
me.
stealth.
Roll
We don't
stealth
have
for me,
fast
and you
runners.
don't have the +10.
Right.
So the first roll was a 14, and the second roll was a 12 plus 1, so 13.
I got a 13.
Yeah. So these two,
With these wise ass druids.
these wise ass, whatever the hell they are, they're called priests.
Not really druids.
But
Yeah.
yes,
Not
thank you.
druids.
That's bing, bing, bing. That's the thing.
I mean, we figured that out when they were abusing a bear.
Yeah.
Some of them are druids, but not the ones that you guys have actually taken any interest in. So anyway, they do see you coming because their checks were bananas. So that she starts to roll for initiative. She shouts out this thing to this statue, and I'll have you guys roll. And everybody can roll because you guys can hear this as well.
13.
I got an 8.
21.
And okay, 23.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So Igni had a 23. Lilith, I'm sorry, what'd you have? 13?
13.
That's what I thought. Ozzy was a 21?
I have an 8.
8. Oh, Vanan had the 21.
Yeah.
And an 8. And these guys got a 16. Alright, so Igni, you are up first.
I see them go to attack them.
The woman just seems to be in supplication to this thing, and the other guy, he snarls and turns.
All right. Okay. Igni. Wolf. I feel like I should wait because they don't know we're here. How high up are we?
20 feet up.
Oh, you have an advantage up there.
That's why I'm like, yeah.
How far away?
Overall, from the upward angle you guys are at, you're about like 20 feet up, and probably, I guess if you want to do some Pythagorean theorem here, you're probably about 35 to 40 feet away.
I just got PTSD. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm
Geometry
sorry.
for the last 3 freaking
Is
weeks.
that geometry?
Oh yeah. Fuck. Okay. All right. This creature that they've like called. Do we see it like come to life? Is it walking
It
on the
doesn't.
ground?
It's still a wicker statue that's on fire. So no, it's still there. Hasn't moved. So, what would you like to do, Igni?
Yeah. Okay. Igni's gonna hold on her turn. She's gonna load her sling with the stone, but she's not going to use it yet. Because
Okay, what are you holding for? What's your trigger?
I don't know. Igni's just holding. She's just gonna hold. Yep, she's not waiting on anything. She just doesn't want to let them know she's there.
Okay.
Since we have the advantage.
Vanan, it is your turn.
How far away?
So
it's
said like
30
40 feet. Yeah.
Can I get there?
I mean,
5-foot movement? I mean, I don't know what's
because I mean, how are you planning to get there? Are you planning to leap off of this tower and take the 20-foot fall? Otherwise, you got to go down the tower and over.
Yeah, I realize. It's 20 feet down,
Mm-hmm.
and then another 20 feet
Across the ground.
across the ground. Okay. So that should still get me within 5 feet, because my movement is 35 if I walk down
Yeah.
the wall. So if I
Sure.
walk down the wall and then walk across, can I get into range with the woman who was just like, let's call this fire elemental? I'm just like, oh, that doesn't seem very good. And I
Sure.
was like,
I'll say yeah.
I'll like jaunt down the side of the wall and then jaunt over.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of seeing Ozzy and Lilith surprised at this. And then I guess I'll attack her twice.
Okay.
First attack is the 19 plus 8. So
That hits.
8. And then the second attack is 16 plus 8. So
Yeah, they both hit.
I didn't move my hunter's mark because I'm doing it.
Mhm.
So 11 plus 8, 19 for the first,
Alrighty.
and 6 plus 4 plus 8, 18 for the second.
Okay. You stab at her twice. She is still alive.
And then I'll move my hunter's mark to her.
Great. All right. So the hunter's mark is there. That
And
was.
I'm like, we fucked up, guys. Oh, shit.
So then it's their turn.
Oh, boy.
So she's gonna yell again a second time, "Arise and cleanse this place of the unworthy." And that's all she does her whole turn. Then the second guy, he turns and sees Ozzy and Lilith, and he pulls forth a tiny little red bead and goes, "Boop!" And it flings over towards you and fireball.
Ozzy snaps his fingers.
Do you have
and
counter?
casts counterspell.
Nice. All right. So it is countered. It fizzles out of the air. He was not expecting a counter spell.
Oh, God.
And I believe that's gonna do it for him. Unless he has anything.
Lilith is like Fuck yeah.
Uh,
That was righteous.
just
Vanan looks terrified.
yeah. So that's it. You counterspell his fireball, and that is their whole turn. Lilith, it's your turn.
I'm going to anime style pull my sword out and then like how do they do it when they run? And then fucking charge closest one.
Okay. So make some attack rolls then.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't sure if I
Yeah,
was
no, of course. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, sick. That's great. Stand by, I gotta do math. That's a 25.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits.
Oh man. 8 damage.
Okay. Second attack.
Second attack, that's right. Oh, fuck yes. That's a natural 20. I get to crit.
Okay, so I will remind you that again, as a paladin, you can choose to spend your spell slots to smite. So you
And
can
all of
crit,
that's double.
and that will double that damage. So if you were to spend a first level spell slot to smite at
Yeah.
this point, it
Yeah.
would do 6d8 plus a d4.
I feel like I'm taking out the woman that's like chanting.
Okay, is
right?
that who you're going for, the woman?
Yeah, I'm going for her.
Okay.
I'm gonna shut her fucking ass up.
Okay, then hang on. You did 8 points. Okay, so then
Plus
she
my
looks
half.
pretty rough then as you strike out at her.
Okay. Are you guys gonna hate me if I decide not to spend the spell slot?
No. Do what you want.
I know it would be really righteous, but I feel like maybe I'll hold off on a spell slot
Leave it.
because there's a sleeping elemental in front of us. So I'm just gonna it's gonna just be an extra glorious smack down
Okay, so that's 2d8 plus a d4 then.
with the flaming damage, right?
Yes.
2d8 plus a d4.
Plus whatever modifiers and all that.
Yup. Stand by. I gotta get my d8s, my mini. Of course, they're all at the bottom of my cup. That's still not. Oh man. Yeah, there we go. When you have too many dice. Okay, so 2d8 plus a d4 plus my attack damage, or my damage bonus or whatever.
Mhm.
I've got great. That's fucking cool. Both of the d8 rolled a 1, so I've got 2 points plus 3 points. It's 5 points plus 6.
11.
11 damage.
You cut right through her. Cut her in half. Or however you choose to cut her.
Half sounds
that
great.
was really awesome. That was
Yeah.
fucking cool.
So you do, and you guys watch as the blade comes across. It is wreathed in holy flames as the strike comes across and bisects this woman as she drops down dead. Anything else? I think that's.
I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Yeah, I think that's it. So we'll go back
Yeah.
to the top. Igni.
I didn't get to go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ozzy. You were my mistake. You're next.
So
There's this other dude.
yeah, Ozzy takes a step forward. He's got both his hands in his pockets, and he looks at this other dude and just kind of smiles at him. And then he does the little like "I'm gonna smush your head" thing, and he casts Maximilian's Earthen Grasp as a giant earthen fist shoots out of the ground and attempts to grab him.
Okay, he's gonna make a strength
Saving throw.
Ooh, 17.
Ah! He just beat it.
And he's just like. But he does still take damage, I believe.
It says on a failed save he takes damage.
Oh, then none on a success.
Nothing.
Oof.
Ozzy's sad.
And he's just like, get out of here with your earthen fist.
Damn,
and
I wish that would have worked. That would have.
it would have looked great. It would have been awesome.
Yeah, Lilith would have been like,
so cool.
like, what have we created?
I would have thought you were so cool.
Yeah,
Then, if that's it
not
for
cool.
Ozzy, then it will go to Igni.
How far am I from the front door?
From the front door of the tower that you're currently on the scaffolding of?
Code 4, yes, correct.
Okay, you basically can get down off of the scaffolding. Oh, these guys were way stronger. My bad. Yeah, basically you're about 30 feet.
Okay, so Igni would like to leave the scaffolding and attempt to check the front door. Make a direct exit into the building.
Okay.
For the group.
Yeah, okay. Wow, yeah, that is... Long story short, those guys that you attacked, way stronger. Up on the side of the scaffolding, but I read
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah,
How
like
much HP did they really have?
45.
Oh.
Oh.
And they had the ability to set their weapons on fire.
Oh shit!
Well,
Yeah.
it's a good thing we snuck up on him.
Good
okay.
thing that I read the thing wrong.
I
Anyway.
actually did like a total of 46, but still, we're all.
Yeah. So that's what Igni wants to do is get down stealthily so that she's not seen and check the front door. If it's locked, she'd like to pick it.
Okay. The door. Where the hell is this thing? So there's the scaffolding. Oh, okay. You know what? So basically, from where you are, it looks like. Actually, I'm mistaken. The only way in is from the scaffolding where you were, actually.
Oh, okay. Then Igni's gonna go ahead and enter and scout ahead, I guess, and clear the way for the group.
Okay, so you kind of head in. It's only reachable from the scaffolding. This warmly lit room has a large... oh god, the grammar. Right, I'm gonna read it to you. The warmly lit room has a large in the wooden floor and the stone stairs leading up the northern wall. Thank you, wizards. Clearly made it past the spell check on the QC there. So basically, inside here, you see two gentlemen as you enter in, wearing breastplates and shields and wielding long swords, and they are joined and accompanied by a dwarf-ish looking creature that appears to have hair made of fire.
Okay. I rubbed a little earring on my ear, knowing that Lil still has the other one, and I whisper, "I am inside. It is not looking good."
What do you want me to do?
And they look like it looks like this guy looks like this.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Oh.
Is that a Nazier?
Yes.
Yeah, I whisper,
I mean, I don't know what that is, but
the only way in is up the scaffolding. Make sure you are in a row.
Oh, okay. Thanks. All right, I'll relay that to Ozzy.
And Igni's just gonna hold
Over and out.
Yeah, over and out. Yeah, Igni's gonna hold point.
So yeah,
Okay.
I tell you.
All right. So she does that. Then next up is what's it called? Is Vanan.
there's one dude alive still.
Yes.
Bonus action, move my hunter's mark to that dude.
Okay, you do that.
And then I'll walk up and I'll stab him a couple times. The way I stab. That might not be, that's 18? I don't know.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And the second one is 25.
Yeah, both hit. All right, let's see how you do. This is gonna be big.
First is, wow, that's 5, 5, 5, and 6. For the first attack.
Okay, so give me that damage.
15, 21, 29 for the first hit.
Oh shit! All right.
And I rolled really high damage. That was almost max. 29 for the first hit, and then for the second hit, it's 3, 4, 6, 8, 14.
Okay. All right. He is still alive, but just barely.
I'm like, damn, y'all sturdy as fuck.
And
Good
he
job.
looks at you on his turn, and he smiles, and he turns to the elemental, and he says, whatever the fuck they're supposed to say. I lost track of my page. Son of a bitch. Arise something, and then mess these guys up pretty hard. Where is it? There you go. Arise and cleanse this place of the unworthy. As you watch as it... and it starts to come to life. This elemental. And that seemingly takes the last bit of his life force as he drops to the ground dead. And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Cool.
Yes.
Because we're coming up on time here. We're at time, basically.
Yeah, sorry,
That's
it's
right.
my fault. I'm like,
No.
That's
We
fine,
have a
super late.
listed time.
And
I
trust
know.
me, I still have to be up early too, teaching kids in like T-minus
do too.
hours. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to wake up early and stick to it.
There we go. So, but however, as this ends, due to PDXMT Hood and his cheer of 2,000 bits, everybody gets a healing potion. Regular
well,
old
that's
healing
gonna
potion.
come in handy next time. Hot diggity! I'm gonna write that
Yes.
down. Putting it down.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Brittany, we're gonna let you outro, and then you can go. You do have a healing potion. You were just donated a healing potion, though.
Thanks. Who
So-
did that?
That was PDXMT Hood. I'm sure there's
Are you from Portland?
but
Probably.
yeah. So everybody got a regular old 2d4 plus 2 healing potion, but we're gonna head out. So why don't you do your outro since you got to run? So
Thank
who
you,
are
I
you? Where can they find you?
My name is Brittany Quintero. I play Arna Deladil on the Venture Maidens podcast every Wednesday. And after hours, whatever we do, just type in Venture Maidens basically anywhere and it'll pop up on Google with all of our many social media outlets. And then I play Lilith Helder here on Nerd Immersion. And I love paladins now, so that's what I do.
Yes, welcome. There's a reason that Lyran Thayer is a paladin, because paladins are one of the best designed classes in 5th edition. There, I
Ted
said
has
it.
fully convinced me that paladins are the shit. So anyway, that's it. That's
Just 3 more levels, and then you'll have spirit guardians, and then it's not even funny. Anyway,
I'm gonna sign off now though, but thank you. I
yes,
love
get
you
out of
guys.
here. Go do your thing.
Thank you. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Alrighty. Chelsea, what about you? Where can people find you?
I'm Chelsea, also known as Little Red Dot. You can find me online pretty much everywhere at _red_dot. I play for a ton of different channels and stuff. So yeah, including the North by Northwest podcast. I'm over on Encounter Roleplay quite frequently. On Saturdays, I'm over on Wizards of the Coast channel for Learn by Play. Actually, we just had our closeout game, and we're going to be doing like a full 3-hour Q&A with cast and crew this next Saturday, so that should be fun. I'm getting ready to write some stuff for some created content for next year's Adventure League, which is really, really exciting, so you can keep up to date on that. And I have recently joined the cast of Roll for It, so you can catch me over there playing through a World of Darkness campaign every Saturday. So lots and lots of stuff, but you can keep up with my schedule and all of that over on my Twitter page.
All right, sweet. Bucky, what about you?
I'm Bucky. I normally play Ozzy, but when I'm not here, I play Vendalar Greymeyer on the Taking Initiative podcast. You can find me on Twitter at Bucky_Masters. You can find Taking Initiative at TI_pod. For more information on our podcast, you can go to thespark.network, and you can learn about a couple of the other shows that we work with regularly.
All right, and last but not least, Davis.
I'm Davis, and I'm so terrible at this. And Lex asks me to do this every night, and I always mess it up because I'm terrible at this. But I'm just gonna read exactly what he sent me rather than try and add.
I love it. I love it.
Don't go from script. Just go from the script.
I'm just copying the script. All right, Lex, watch this. Be proud of me. Dank Dungeons is an actual play fantasy comedy show on youtube.com/Dank Dungeons. Find us on Twitter at Dank Dungeons TV. Support us on Patreon. We're filming season 3 this weekend, premiering in August. We also just released The Joy of Monster Cooking on DM's Guild. So check those things out. I don't know if that was good enough for Lex to be proud of me, but I'm crossing my fingers. I always want Lex to be proud of me.
He says he's watching in the chat.
That doesn't
Oh,
say
God.
proud though.
Oh,
God.
No.
But that being said, you nailed it. You nailed it. You nailed it, friend.
Yes. And
shoot.
I am Ted. I run Nerd Immersion, the channel that you're currently watching. I will be doing a review of The Joy of Monster Cooking. I do have a copy of it. I was gifted it by Lex, who is super generous, and it's on my docket of DM's Guild content to review, so be mindful of that. I will be doing a review of that, along with several other things that I was requested to do. For those of you curious who have figured it out that Vanan has multi-classed here in this game, I'll actually be releasing a video tomorrow, or maybe Wednesday, depending on how the timing works out, all about just how multi-classing works in 5th edition for those of you who are unsure, because I've seen in response to other D&D 101 videos I've done that people are like, I don't know, I better multi-class into fighter to get heavy armor, and I'm like, that doesn't work. Can't do that. So I made a video about it to answer the questions.
Thanks, Ted.
You're welcome. So tomorrow night here on this channel, same time slot basically. Basically against the normal plan will be our 6th episode of our evil campaign. Will be tomorrow right here at this table. We'll be playing. We're in the middle of a train heist. We'll see how that goes, because there are trains in this version of Faerun. It's very modern. Things have moved along quite a bit at this point in time. So that's going to be fun. Come out and watch us do evil things. Or not. We're very not evil very often. And then when we are, it's like bad. Like murder children and tell them that their dogs hate them is the last thing they hear before they die.
Wow.
It's an evil game. I prefaced that statement that it's an evil game. But be on the lookout for, again, more DM's Guild content, reviewing that stuff, more D&D 101 videos, as well as top 10 videos. I actually did film a top 10, an update to my 2015 video of top 10 spells in 5th edition, although there's so many other spells that it has to be heavily quantified as to what spells I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And also, Chelsea, I've done it for a bunch of folks, but play test stuff for everything from Kobold Press to other people doing DM's Guild and Adventure League stuff. So if you want feedback, this is a thing.
Well, that's gonna happen. I have to decide. So I haven't been approved yet on a storyline, so that's what I'm waiting on.
Let me know.
I have a deep-seated want for one in particular. That's actually based off a game from the podcast. So if you listen to North by Northwest, it may be coming to Moonsea. I may be kind of moving it around, but yeah. So that's what I'm hoping for, but I'm waiting to get approved. But yeah, I'm supposed to be able to beta test it pretty much as I want once I start working on it and it gets approved. So I will be sending it over and everywhere. Yeah. And actually, Ted, I should send you some other stuff. So if you join my Discord, which is over on my Twitter, I've been putting out...
I have joined your Discord.
I know you have. I'm talking about everybody else, Ted.
Link them in the chat. Come on now.
Yeah, I can do that. When you join, I have a thing over there where I'm beginning to put up like 2-page story prompts based off on my one-shots that I run, my improvised one-shots. So it usually is like a really rough outline. It gives you kind of like setting, hooks, and then like list of monsters or locations or NPCs, but just like little sparks, I guess, that you can use at your own table and work into your own campaign. So you can get all that when you join my Discord, which I shall link because Ted told me to.
Yes. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And again, for those of you at Gen Con or excited, at least 3 of the 4 people you see on screen right now will be at Gen Con.
That's true.
Brittany will also be there. So there'll be lots of fun Gen Con content coming out in, just under 2 months. Guys, less than 2 months from now.
That's coming up.
So much I feel like I should do. There's that Discord channel, gang. Hit that Discord. I'm also doing questions of the day now, where I ask daily questions. You can come chat, all kinds of fun stuff. Come talk nerdy to me.
Yes, and I guess just as a little primer, next Monday when these guys aren't here, but the Horde of the Dragon Queen or Rise of Tiamat group will be here. We're going to be joined by a special guest, my good friend and the marketing manager and the person who runs all of the Kickstarters for Polyhero Dice. Brenna is a good friend of mine. She'll be playing in the game as a guest spot, and I'm hoping, if we can get a hold of her, that we can do some fun during this stream giveaways of Polyhero Wizard Dice and things. So if that interests you, come check out the stream next Monday. So, Anyway, thank you so much, guys, for coming out and watching, for the donations, and for hanging out. I'm going to attempt to run credits, but I think it's just going to be one of you, but we'll see what happens here. So, thank you again so much for the support. And it is just PDXMT Hood right there. You are the number one here. Cheer on the credits. But anyway,
Thank you.
thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. I should probably flip back if people are waving. There we go.
Okay,
Bye.
Bye.